Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. That's right, folks. We are live on a Monday night, and we are back at it again. Did you miss me? Here we go. We are going to get into WWE RAW. We got three. That's right, 3+ hours. We're already kicking off with Becky and Lita coming in the building. They're going to go after some gold tonight. We're going to talk all about it. We got lots to get into, Nick. We got bullshit awards. We got dumb stuff. We got rumors. We got temper tantrums. I've missed you, buddy. Folks, strap in, strap on. It's a Monday night. Here we go. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live, folks. And I'm happy to be back and happy to be in the saddle. As my boy put it, we're getting a recap of Jimmy, Sammy, SmackDown. I want to talk about it. I wasn't here Friday. And I mean, I loved what I watched. I did catch it. I did get to see the show. And I can't wait to get into it, folks. But we are back at it again. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We got lots of wrestling on tap. We're heading towards Revolution this week. I cannot wait to see what this week brings. But I guess I should tell you who I am, being that I'm so excited. I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. And this man's got a little bit of a song and dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's rude. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life proudly brings to you its YouTube Tag Team Champions of the World, the Every Night Delayed KJ White. And I guess I am him Jones, I am him Duncan, I am him Carey, I am Big Nick. How the hell are you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. I'm doing well. It was a weekend. Now we're back at it. And again, it's fun to be back on the stream with you, sir. And to all the folks tuning in right now, I see the stream starting to fill up. The chat is filling up. Keep it coming. If you haven't been here before, it's the channel for fans, by fans. We are the alternative commentary to all the wrestling. So do not forget, click the like, click the subscribe, join us. We got more coming your way. Christ, we're even covering the XFL at this point with some
and we're also the wrestling channel that the wrestlers themselves tune into and everything. And that's how, you know, me and Cole might have a little bit of heat and everything like that. But,
that's man has as much heat as an ice cube with Cole, right?
Yeah, fuck you. But no, 100%. We're the alternative commentary. What? We're the wrestling buddies you need in your life. What? We're the wrestling channel that even the wrestlers tune into. What?
What?
Well, where was it? There was one to where even Jack's even getting into the what's now. If I'm getting everybody into the what. So WrestleMania, what? Brock Lesnar, what? Damage control, what?
What? Oh, the Brock Lesnar situation is definitely something I want to have a discussion about tonight. But yeah, I mean, lots going on. We were talking about obviously Revolution coming up at the end of this week. We got, we got to get through Dynamite. A lot of people are unsure. I wouldn't know. I don't know if unsure is the right way to put it, Nick, but there's been a lot of skepticism around AEW at this time. So, you know, they kind of got to put up or shut up in this heading into this pay-per-view. It really does matter for them. So, and beyond that, I mean, WWE is rolling towards
but they swept at the Observer Awards, so they should be golden, right? They're literally draped in gold right now. I've been waiting, motherfucker. I was here on Friday when that shit dropped, and I was like, where the fuck is KJ?
Bro, you don't understand. I mean, it was one of those ones where I was like, can I go live now? Can I stop what I'm doing and just go talk about this?
Right.
Bro, we will get into this shit. I mean, look, we're the new kids on the block. We do what we do, but I mean, at the end of the day, we call it as we see it, and that's the way it is. And I mean, it's so funny on the heels of all this bullshit with Ariel Helwani. You get this shit to come out, and you just want to throw up in your fucking mouth. Like, it makes no sense. It makes none. Like, I don't get it. And it's
even the old heads of I don't know how good of a comparison it is to compare us towards Jim Cornette and everything like that. That might instantly throw a few clicks off, but even he's like, "Are you kidding me?" With half this stuff.
No, and I haven't even heard his take on it yet. I know
I started to listen to it, and the whole muy caliente.
It's fucking embarrassing. It's literally, you know, the kid that shows up at American Idol And like all his family's like, you're amazing. And he gets in there and he couldn't carry a fucking tune in a bucket. And the judges are just giggling. And they're like, what do you mean you don't want me on that? That's what this is.
No, he has his nose betwixt Tony Khan's cheeks just as deep as they can get.
No.
But right now we have Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa in the ring as I'm halfway clicking through some comments of Larry, Simoni, Heather, everybody, swimming, like you say, Jack, Young, all of that. MW, I even like how Simoni's going back at me here with a what? Oh, I'm sorry. I must have had these earplugs in. What? Alrighty, and again, what? Happy Monday. What? We're absolutely starting a new week. What? On the way to WrestleMania. What?
Revolution.
What? Eddie Case is going to win the Golden Sonic ring.
Not Tony Khan booking. That's what your heart tells you, but what should your brain say?
But why is my heart better booker than Tony Khan?
100%, dude. It's going to be either fucking Action Jobber or Andrade.
Action Andretti.
You want to call him. Or fucking what's his, who did I say earlier?
Takeshita.
Yeah.
But again, thank you, Scott, very much for the super chat. 100%, folks. We do have that. If you want to make sure we get your comment, if you really want to get your point across, or if you just want to support the channel, we do have the super chat, the super stickers, got the Discord, got the merch store. We got anything and everything we need. Like KJ even said, what? We got interviews. What? We got award shows that are more accurate than Meltzer. What? We've got XFL coverage. What? We're here all the damn time. So if you haven't done so already, like, share, and subscribe. And if you already have done so, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for joining us as well, folks. Remember, let everyone know what we're doing right now. The Bloodline in the ring, and I mean, dude, this is compelling as shit. I know we got on a little bit of a Meltzer AEW rant to kick off this show.
I got some a few that I saw that I could get into here,
but Jay with the mic,
Jimmy,
my bad.
Yeah, Jay's the one that's all in disappearance, and everyone's losing their minds because he got palm trees tattooed on his side.
You got to look out for the color streak. My bad.
But we're getting Jimmy Uso and Solo versus the Street Profits, which I guess has also been happening lately on like the house shows because they're very much playing into this. Which side is Jey Uso going to land on? Of if we do get Sammy and KO versus the Usos at WrestleMania, like it's all been speculated about, of we've got some time that we can stretch our legs, take a stroll, go down Story Lane Avenue. So it's all very interesting. And what if we really don't get what everybody thinks that we're going to get? And that's the thing that makes this so great, is there's 10 million options. They all seem like good ones.
In a lot of cases. And I mean, it all depends on delivering, right? Like we talked about the Royal Rumble where there were so many possibilities. And when you don't deliver, it's that much more of a letdown. So unfortunately, they got to come through, Nick. They got to give us something. You can't just, sell us on the hope and never deliver on the outcome. So we will see. And I mean, that will tie into a lot of what we talk about tonight. I mean, I want to talk about Brock. I want to talk about Omos. To watch the IWC and listen, I'm taking screenshots of what people got to say about this because some people might have to swallow.
Man's taking receipts. He's announcing he's taking receipts too.
Some people might have to swallow some shoe coming up real quick. But you got people out there, convinced Omos versus Brock Lesnar is, proof that Vince McMahon is back. Some people have gone on the record as saying like, well, Omos versus Brock's been in the works for a while. Like, bullshit after bullshit, but we'll see.
What I've seen is this was the backup option to the backup option to the backup option of, I guess, initially, as granted, we've got the Street Profits cutting a hell of a promo against kind of the Bloodline now, Bloodline representation.
Speaking of Jim, you brought up Jim, and I heard him talking about Ford in the Elimination Chamber, and it was funny because he was questioning Ford's charisma, and I guess probably from a standpoint of not seeing enough of Ford, but I don't think anybody believes that Ford lacks charisma or an ability on a microphone. Like,
he's the HBK, the Shawn Michaels out of this.
Why do we got to do that?
And that's all respect to Angelo Dawkins, because Angelo Dawkins is far from a Marty Jannetty. But
That's the tricky
this
part,
is, I know some people get sick of like how we've talked about with like the Usos versus the New Day, or
right?
maybe a little bit of what we've seen with the Usos versus the Street Profits, even etc., or even the Brawling Brutes, what have you. Of it tends to be a little bit rinse repeat, but seeing this combination of Jimmy and Solo, I like it, and it's very much one of those that if we can't get Jay at WrestleMania, maybe that's what we get. But as we've got the Street Profits just dumping both Jimmy and Solo out on the outside right now, as I'm sure we're heading to commercial right now with the way Corey is talking. But absolutely, folks. I'll get to some of these comments as we are in commercial break right now. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We do this all the damn time. We are here covering anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Like we've said before, the alternative commentary, the wrestling buddies you need in your life, the wrestling show, the other wrestlers watch. Christ, I don't know if we can come up with any more descriptors for it, but if you haven't done so already, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Clay says, what is up, KJ and Big Nick? My birthday is March 3rd. On Friday, I will be 23 years old. Well, happy birthday very much. And I know other homie who I'm surprised is not in the chat, or if he's watching, should probably pop up in the chat here. But I know my buddy Polo there, Ryan, his birthday is tomorrow when we'll be here live covering NXT with me and my boy Cliff. Cliff Stradamus will be making an appearance on Tuesday. As well as we also have the interview with Grim Reaper. So, you know, spark one in rotation before you watch that interview. Make sure you got the vitamins on standby. But absolutely, shout out, happy birthday. Hyung already said what up. Smile Mark. Drew McIntyre called out IC champ Gunther for Mania. So are we getting a three-way meat combo? Well, how fitting that I had an Arby's commercial on at that time of, you know, Arby's, we have the meat, when we would have been having the big beefy boys slapping meat. Very much, I think that we're heading towards the rumored Sheamus versus Gunther versus Drew McIntyre triple threat match for the IC title, thanks to that battle royal that they're going to have at the MSG house show, which unfortunately, I'm sure for those of us who don't live out in New York or New York City, we'll just get to hear about but never watch. Much like when we got Roman versus Brock. And Roman stood there with both titles while Brock's there on the steps and everything. Yeah, I think that it's interesting because I've heard reports of, quote unquote, and granted, the source wasn't maybe the most reliable, but heard reports that wrestlers are unhappy with how much celebrities are taking spots on the show, which granted, I don't know of how many are right now that at least have been announced. Maybe there's some that haven't been announced. Speaking of, I guess, maybe B, C, D, list celebrities that might be announced for the show. We might be getting the Miz announcing tonight because he's got his Charlie Bucket, I've got a golden ticket. But we may be getting him announcing that he's going to be the host of WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood. So it's interesting to see this whole build up towards this WrestleMania season, because I feel like it's a much with even the Brock Omos situation, even a little bit with Roman Cody, as much as that is weird to say, but it's a little bit of, this wasn't the initial plan that we had, but it's managing to work. But we are back underway, folks. So if you haven't done so already, and I'm sure I might have skipped through a few, but I did miss it, we do have the super chat, the super sticker squad. But let me know who you're taking for this match, whether you're taking Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, of still technically the Usos, just not Jimmy and Jay, since Jimmy and Solo are brothers, versus the Street Profits. I think I got to go with the Usos here still 100%. Of the bloodline has a little bit still been on the back foot, and I know that's weird to say with a faction that's the most dominant, that even guys like Eric Bischoff are saying that it's more dominant than the NWO was, or better storytelling. But I think that they need a win here. And maybe this is where we start to see a little bit of the cracks forming between Dawkins and Montez. Where was I? Was Solo and Jimmy working all the house shows as a team since Rumble. Fair enough. Yeah, that, like I said, that's a little bit of what I heard, that they're playing this a lot of very much close to the chest. Of they're very much trying to keep, I guess, kayfabe as much as they can kayfabe. Damien says Jimmy and Solo for the win. Heather saying it's snowing here in PA. I haven't checked yet since I've been on stream, but it wasn't snowing yet, but it's supposed to snow. Knock on wood. And we've already kind of lately had our fair share of snow. So winter can kind of just piss off at this point. We're at the end of March. We're at the end of February, so we don't need that stupid, lousy Smarch weather.
Yeah, gross Smarch weather has walked its way in. So but yeah, no, Nick, it's gross. Everywhere's getting snow. California's getting snow. What's going on?
So you mean just I was gonna make a joke that might have got us in trouble, but I'm gonna say so they had like a dusting. Like they saw a snowflake. Right. Well, everyone's seen Snowman Bear has come out recently, and I'm loving all of the comparisons and memes and everything with Tony Khan and Snowman Bear is, I guess, the way that I can say this and not get in trouble with YouTube.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Why not, right?
All right.
Vicky Guerrero's gone. I don't care. Do you care? Was she there?
She's going to be leaving. Well, because I think she could show up in the Dom storyline, especially with Dom and Ray, because that's still supposed to happen at WrestleMania. And
Shut up.
He
is not my son.
Initially had it reported incorrectly that she was upset about that, and now she's gone on record multiple times publicly saying of how she's for this storyline. So I 100% could see her being more involved in that. Or I mean, if she's free, Christ, if people think Kenny and the Young Bucks are signing with WWE, so why not would Hunter and the gang sit there and take a shot across the bow of, see, we got Vicky?
How do you feel about that rumor? How do you feel about it? Like, do you think? I think the Young Bucks is a far stretch.
The Young Bucks are only just to say fuck you, Tony, and just to end AEW. That's what it would be. It would be literally they would sign them and then probably job them the fuck out.
Yeah, but would they allow themselves to be jobbed the F out? Or would they just
do something strange for a little piece of change? If you got a lot of money coming your way, and if they fill them full of lies and they gaslight the shit out of them, which, by the way, don't do that, folks. It's toxic. But if you sit there and say, "Oh, we'll make you're going over the Usos. We just brought in FTR. You're going to go over them too. You can just keep going your whole feud and everything." I bet you they give a rat's ass about the Young Bucks. To be honest, Kenny Omega is where I think that they're interesting.
Do you think Kenny Omega could work in that system? Like I think it helps
AJ Styles.
Yeah, like I think it takes Kenny's best qualities and funnels it, and he doesn't have to work as hard to get a reaction.
Right. By the way, we're on commercial break right now.
Yes, we are.
Still, to me, Kenny Omega, even you heard with the Punk story, all of that and everything, he seems to still be the most level-headed out of, I guess, the elite. What's up?
Because he saved the dog?
Well, no, he didn't seem. Every time you hear a story about like the Young Bucks causing issues, you hear mostly stories about the Young Bucks burying people or not being difficult to work with, or they're literally want to kill the business. I think Kenny goes along to get along as much as he can. He knows that he's good at what he does, but he's still also, he knows when he can spread his wings a little bit and kind of maybe go in ways that he maybe shouldn't. Versus if he could work in a system, because I mean, what he did in New Japan, I don't think New Japan was really letting him just do whatever the fuck he wanted.
No, I think that was apparent with the matches. And again, the Kenny that shows up in New Japan when it matters is a different guy. When he's just dicking around with the Young Bucks, it's not as good as you want him to be. And it hasn't been. His AEW run has lacked for me.
Oh, absolutely. Like we've said before, even when we watched Wrestle Kingdom, of there's New Japan Kenny and there's AEW Kenny. But Johnny, what up, homie? Rocco, good pies on this Sunday. Sammy versus Roman for the titles again. Yes, and maybe if we're not covering anything live, my certain Canadian friend, I pointed the wrong way. My certain Canadian friend might be in his, neck of woods. So maybe we might get a live viewing, or I'll just get a bunch of messages of like, dude, why the fuck aren't you here?
Right? No, it's come my way, folks. We'll see. We'll see.
See, all the good wrestling now apparently is in Canada because Sami Zayn and KO are getting pushed.
Well, I mean, that's funny because I saw a lot of comments of being like, well, they're only getting a pop, because they're in Canada and da-da-da. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not true. That's not true. They get a bigger pop because they're in Canada.
Fair enough. I feel we get more commercials than Raw. It might be a 50-50 split.
Oh, you know how I feel about the commercials, Nick. It's a lot. It's
right,
tough.
But this gives us time to talk. Trust me, it's been a hot minute since you and I have been on together and everything like that. The tag team champions reunited, and it feels so good.
No, man, it's good to be back. And folks, we're back tomorrow, like you said. Big Cliff, Big Nick, going to be here for NXT. SeatGeek yourself to a wrestling match. There you go. There you go.
Best way you can put it.
Shout out.
I will take this moment. I already know that we've got NFL seasons done, but we've still got the XFL. We've still got NHL going on. We've still got NBA. We're on the road to WrestleMania. And very much like Small Mark said there, and that's the best way you could have put that, sir. I wish I thought of that. Of SeatGeek yourself to a wrestling match, folks. Go ahead, use SeatGeek. Use code Wrasslin. Save yourself $20 on your first purchase. It's the best app out there to get aftermarket tickets, and it lets you know absolutely what your view is going to look like when you show up to the show. So you're not sitting there of, I thought I was going to be like courtside, and instead you're doing this around a beam the whole time. So absolutely, folks, go ahead, use SeatGeek, use code Wrasslin, and save yourself $20 on your first purchase, and then you can use that on the merch store.
Yes, folks, we're back to the match, by the way, and Solo just kicks Ford in the face just because, why not? Congrats on 1.38. Yes, we're growing, folks. And we're coming up to our birthday as well next week. This week. In a couple days.
Yeah. You're supposed to keep track of this.
Man. Yes, our birthday. We are a couple days away from our 1-year anniversary. So that's pretty cool. But we're going to celebrate it tomorrow on Wednesday.
Oh, Lord. That means I might have to get KJ flowers and the box of chocolates.
It's true. Let's go. We're celebrating. It's going to be a good one, folks. But yes, as we hit the 1-year mark, dude, it's been unreal. What a trip. What a journey. We've had a lot of faces come and go on this channel. But, riding high.
Been a lot of friends along the way.
Right.
Hey, what do you say?
Oh, back body drop. Back up.
Forward with a 2 count after standing corkscrew moonsault?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Yes, folks, we made a lot of friends along the way. Hey, let's play with some clay down by the bay on a Wednesday. Hey, what do you say? We might just may. Well, no, 100% will be here Wednesday for AW Dynamite. They're even giving away the what is it called again? I'm blanking on the term. I just remember the stupid ass Sonic ring of it makes me always think
the face of the revolution.
Face of the revolution.
Herpes pillow. I mean, hemorrhoids. One of the things. I don't know. I have no idea what this gold thing is, but
face of the revolution, because you got to take the Tony Khan mugshot.
Right? Dude, no, honestly, I think it's an interesting mix of people going to be in this. I don't know if they were going to get any surprises, but man, it's definitely I know we got some mixed opinions.
It's a little all over the place. A little bit. Just to say, I mean, we've got Ortiz, Takeshita, we've got Commander, which, by the way, when we watched the J Cup and everything, I guess shout out Commander for having, the worst match of the night. The Boscha man. Oh my God. Montez
that was one of the funniest matches I've seen, dude. I haven't laughed that hard at a wrestling match in ages. That Commander match was outstanding. Whoa, Ford with a 2 count.
But we've got also Eddie Kingston, AR Fox, Sammy Guevara, and Hobbs as well.
Watch AR Fox win the goddamn thing. AR Fox could win, bro.
No, he's a Ring of Honor star, and I wait till we get into a commercial break. I still think Eddie's gonna win. It's gonna be their moment, and then they're gonna fucking Austin Theory him, and he's gonna cash in that for the Ring of Honor title because that's already been halfway leaked for the Ring of Honor tapings.
Interesting.
3 gifts to celebrate on Wednesday. Fair enough, Curtis. Shout out.
Yeah,
100%.
Be a friend, tell a friend. We want to blow up our 1-year anniversary, folks.
Pause. As meanwhile, I don't know if I'm getting called Beastie or Bestie.
I'm going with Beastie, Nick. I'm going with Beastie.
Beast mode, motherfucker.
Beast. Yeah, I know.
Oh
shit.
Super kit from Solo on the Dawkins.
Buck inside he goes. Whatever happened to Drago? He was my favorite, along with Prince Puma and Johnny Mundo. Wow, that's over. Sorry, I got distracted. I don't know where he is.
Solo with the Samoan spike on Dawkins for the 1, 2, 3.
So, the tag champs, so to speak, are victorious.
Still technically Usos. Freebird rules now.
Right, there you go. But now they're continuing to lay waste to the babyface here. MC Nikki D. We've had some debate about your
I'm the king of rock.
We've had some debate on this channel as of late about your name.
Well, shout out, I guess. Well, halfway. Cole's called me Little D Nick. I think
Little Nicky
was calling me Big Nicky. So I mean, I'll take MC Nikki D.
Nicky.
I'm just a man of a million gimmicks and a man of a million names.
Yeah. Ford's in trouble, dude. Oh, the crowd's cheering.
Oh, Kevin Owens!
Super kick! I like this guerrilla warfare. Boom! Like KO and Sammy just come rolling out of anywhere and just bang.
Well, and that's what makes this so great is especially if you're going to have them jump between shows, what have you, if they can literally show up at any point at any time. And it's going to be interesting when you see they show up to do the same thing at the same time and just like, oh, you're here. Oh, no, you're here.
Yeah, just like point at each other.
Right, there's just Spider-Man meme.
Spider-Man.
You're in a black hoodie. I'm in a black hoodie. Are we friends now? Let's hug.
Oh, there you go. So it definitely feels like, and we're going to have to talk about it a little bit, but, it definitely feels like we're heading towards KO and Sammy versus Usos.
Mm-hmm.
To make way, like everyone just steps out of the way. Now there's conflicting reports out there. People are reporting like, oh, it's confirmed. Like Sammy's getting a title shot or Sammy might be in the title picture. I don't know, man.
Well, it's going to be interesting even to see what we're doing with Brock come Mania season because now I'm getting a replay of him hoofing Bobby Lashley in the Huevos there. So we've gone all the way from Brock Austin to Brock Gunther to Brock Omos. So are they really just trying to live out the scene from Commando of Arnold just hoisting a fucking cut down tree there?
I said this last week. I will repeat it this week. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But this is why I love doing this unscripted and live.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar is not wrestling Omos at WrestleMania. It is not a thing. I know they're teasing it. But
this is just not happening. It's not happening.
It's not a thing. And it won't be. But we'll see what happens. I want to see how it plays out. But it feels like it's a segue to something else. This isn't the match.
So then what is the match? But up next, we're getting if Brock Lesnar will accept it. So does he just say no and just like...
I just want him to come out and F5 him, or I don't know.
Can he F5 him? Can you F5 a tree? If a tree gets F5'd and no one's there to pop for it, did it really happen?
Yeah, like do trees fall harder in Suplex City?
Oh, are there trees in Suplex City?
I don't know.
But by the way, if you heard Fightful Podcast Day was announced, John Morrison is going to make his boxing debut soon. Probably for some viral internet thing, much
is
like
he fighting one of the Paul brothers?
Like Tyson.
Is he fighting Jake? Is he fighting Jake? Right. Is he fighting Jake? I need Jake. Jake needs a W, guys.
Yeah, we're coming out swinging like Tommy Fury here.
Oh, shit. Jab, 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 jab. jab.
Right. And just I punch you, blocking with the face, bull technique, Cotton.
Right.
Let's see how it works out for him.
I did notice that Jake threw in the old he blamed Drake. That was kind of fun.
Oh, well, he did that. He blamed being sick. He blamed being, having the sniffles. He blamed, hurting himself. He blamed anything and everything that he could outside of, and then all of that, mind you, after he said, I think we need a rematch. No, we don't. No,
we're good.
But I think it was pretty decisive. Pretty decisive.
It really was. And so a lot of people are Tommy Fury, but I mean, don't underestimate Tommy.
Yeah.
Brock may be dressed like a lumberjack. I mean, I think I'd take the yes on that one. That's
I'd take the over on that one. I think the odds are strong in that favor.
Right? Listen, one of the best trades in international history. Jericho goes to the States for Brock Lesnar. So now we got
swindled like the fucking Titans for AJ Brown and shit like that. Like, that's gonna go down like the Seahawks trading Russell Wilson, all of that. If we got fucking swindled in a half, I guess, with that. But then again, unless you count the Meltzer Awards. Because we swept house on there.
I don't know. I think we're gonna have fun Wednesday because I'm gonna have a lot to rant about. Last Wednesday, I just bitched for 2 straight hours.
How can you rant though about the best promotion in professional wrestling and the best weekly television show, also booked by the best promoter with the best wrestler? In case you didn't get, and also by the way, even on Rampage when we're here on Friday, that's the third best wrestling show, weekly television show.
Y'all can decipher
what
the fuck. Listen, dude. I got other issues to address, but at some point,
was me poking the bear, by the way.
Dude, can you fucking believe? Like, it's insane to me. That man went on Twitter and complained that Ariel Helwani, an MMA journalist, by the way, was at SmackDown. Well, I know he crosses over. Let's
right.
That's fair. But it bitches about this horribly biased bullshit. Fake, just like Tony Schiavone, even though I'm paying his bills.
Right. The man I hired.
Imagine being Tony at home being like, hey, what the fuck did I do?
Hey, that's karma coming all the way back around for that'll put butts in seats.
Yeah, right? You're as believable as Tony. Tony's like, shit.
What the fuck did I do, boss?
Man, it blows my mind. And then you have yourself associated with something like this disgusting bullshit. And Dave Meltzer, he's the guy that everyone's like, I think he's having an affair. And he's like, no, but he's like blatantly do it in front of like everybody. And you're like, we can see you, motherfucker. Like, it is insane.
You know I can see you, asshole, right?
That is that just bold face, literally like bending you, like just smiling. No, it's not what you think it is. Just keep bending. You're good. We're good. Just spread your feelings. Here we go.
So, and this is, I guess, a halfway question. This is a question. While I will say we're still in commercial break and everything like that, but is it more of that Meltzer's influence, his audience,
100%
to an extent, has very much shifted and probably, to be honest, shrunk a little bit because of
for sure
errors, what have yous, all of that, of different views, what have you, that it's shifted so much into this point that now it's become we're broadcasting it to the world of he's clearly biased this shit of he had no offense to Stardom or any female Japanese wrestlers or anything like that, but it is not number 2 promotion in the world. Christ, it is not even not in the top 3, top maybe 4, but yeah. That he's gone so far one way and so far blatant that it's like you can't hide it anymore. Of like we get it now. Of this is opinionated, much like other dirt sheets. Like he's finally, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And Dave's become the villain.
Well, and again, to completely, and so there's twofold that comes out of that camp, out of the Tony Khan, Dave Meltzer, Young Bucks, so and so forth. That camp has a tendency to continually, like, go after people and throw rock after rock after. Oh, you're biased and you're this and these people are that and they're tampering and they're doing this. All the meanwhile doing the exact same garbage The exact same shit. And then every time they get smacked on the wrist or poked in the nose, they cry victim. By the way, hop along.
Should I go into my whole spiel? I know I've talked a little bit, but so I'll go into my spiel about the alpha male of our species.
Here we go.
If aliens came down and said, send out your top competitor, your top challenger, this is the man that we'd all be pointing at and be looking at and wishing would be fucking answering the phone call. Brock Lesnar is coming out right now to the ring of he's going to be the guest, I guess, on the VIP lounge to answer if he's going to challenge I Am Groot of I Am Omos at WrestleMania.
Listen, Omos versus Brock is my 2023. He's not coming. Like last year at this time, I was like, Cody's not showing the fuck up. This is what this is this year. This is not until Omos gets in the ring and hooks up with Brock in the ring. I'm not believing it.
No, Brock's going to take him to Suplex City tonight, and unfortunately, because of the height of Omos, if the man's feet are going to be touching the floor at the same time the back of his head is. But I do like this. Yukon Brock. Yeah, Yukon.
Larry, a correction to this one. I do appreciate where you were going, but it's Sam Squanch.
Yeah, that's the Canadian translation, just like how we were talking about Tabernacle and everything. In Canada, it's pronounced Sam Squanch. In the U.S., it's pronounced Sasquatch. But Brock's very much out here, especially on the Canadian tuxedo, by the way. So I guess you have initiated him as a Canadian, but he's out here ready for a boot, scoot, and boogie.
Right? He's looking like Tom Cruise in Top Gun. Well, jacked up one, but you know
what? What edition of Top Gun did you watch? Because I didn't watch that of Tom Cruise showing up in a Canadian tuxedo and a cowboy hat.
What? Popular thing. Maybe wrong movie. Oh wait, why is MVP? MVP don't want to go to his own show. He's hosting. What's going on here?
Right. But Kofi shout out. We live, baby. We live on the damn time. If he F5s him tonight, they won't fight at Mania. Why F5 Omos tonight just to do it again at Mania? Makes no sense.
They're not getting to Mania.
That's a little bit of Hogan slamming Andre type thing.
Oh, look. Sorry, dude. Brock getting a pop made me laugh. He's a funny dude.
It's
pardon me for being
funny
early.
How heel Brock under Paul Heyman was just always looked at as this big fucking glute that couldn't talk and everything.
Right?
And he just sounded like he was prepubescent and his voice would crack and everything. And now we've got Cowboy Brock. He's out here just
having a time, bro.
Does not give a rat's ass about anything anymore.
Just loving it. And now keep in mind, it kind of takes you back to young Brock Lesnar, who wasn't terrible. I mean, he had a lot of kind of funny shit with Kurt Angle at times. He had back and forth with guys like Triple H. He wasn't completely inept.
Did he did or did Heyman?
No, I mean, he did in the beginning, like the early pre-Heyman. He wasn't totally lost. You know what I mean? And then he kind of put it in neutral, like, I got this Heyman guy. He can kind of do it all for me.
Touche on that, but he also did almost halfway get the Goldberg situation to where he was so good out of the gate that he might have fell under the wing of people giving him the wrong advice. So, MVP, it's your show. How the fuck are you afraid to get in the ring?
MVP, a little hesitant to step in the ring with the Canadian Beast.
Only F5s and, Kimuras.
Hey, if he's in Canada now, is it like an F3.25? I'm just curious.
Well, no, it'd be like an F7.5 with the.
Oh yeah, we're going the other way.
Right, yeah, with the transfer rate and everything.
Going up the way, yeah. He's got the Swedish bootleg copy of Top Gun. I can't believe I read that before.
No, the Canadian bootleg.
Starring
it's a boot gun instead of Top Gun. Is it even possible for Brock Lesnar to F5 Omos?
I think anything's possible with Brock Lesnar.
The earth may shift off its axis, so there might be a warning sign after that of please hold on to everything in your immediate vicinity, because that
back into where it was, because this
big beefy boys moving in that type of momentum, it might get a little awkward, might get a little strange.
There's no, I can't imagine, dude. It's not a thing. Like everyone's freaking out, and it can't be the end game to this. To me, it's a tick in the tack before we get to the toe.
So then, when do we do it? Do we do it at like a fast lane? Do we have a fast
No, I don't think we got
lane?
anything left.
Do we do it on like a special Monday Night Raw?
No, I think no, because he doesn't really have to fight Omos at all. But
Yeah, but so then where do you go with him? Do you put him with Bobby? Bobby's
so
tied
does
up
he
with
fight
Bray.
Omos at Mania to set up? But like to me, it has to lead to Bobby. That 4-minute match, everybody knows what it was, and there's the payoff is lurking to me. That's the end game here, is getting Brock and Bobby back in the ring in a compelling way. They owe it. I know people are like, do we want to see that again? Well, we kind of wanted to see the last match and we never got it. The boys owe us some, get in the ring and prove us wrong. Give us something we're talking about.
But can they do that? Because I feel like Brock, especially at this point, outside of maybe a guy like Roman, what have you, can they do a 20, 30-minute match? I think Brock might be limited to a 5-minute match at tops.
I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. But to go, what, 10, 15 minutes with Omos?
12 minutes of those are introductions.
The other 3 are just fucking.
Yeah, Omos may be too long to F5. Jojo, what up? The Saskatchewan Brock.
I don't just like that.
Around, so we've got Brock and MVP high-fiving. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm still I'm the type of person that if I saw Brock, even if he seems glad as shit to meet me and he's so happy, I'm still petrified.
You got that nervous energy the whole time.
Right, like, you could turn at a dime and just pick me up like a grown child,
right?
And just throw me around.
Kind of like that the vibe when your friend's got that squirrely dog and you're like, "No, don't eat me,
night doggy, don't eat my hand, night doggy."
He accepts. We should drink on it.
A handshake and a toast.
So it's going to be.
I couldn't have said it any better. Point harder at the sign, boy. And he's doing the Heyman fighting at WrestleMania.
Brock and Omos.
Almost.
This can't be a thing.
And MVP in his corner. What was he going to say? Was he going to say no?
No,
just go no, and just be like, I'm not going to take that payday?
No, there's a catch to this, bro. Does Omos go over Brock Lesnar at Mania if that's a thing?
Hell no.
So then what's the point of it?
Because spectacle.
What's up,
because spectacle. That's why.
It's a fucking spectacle, all right.
Yeah. Ooh.
El Gante was top.
Hey, two.
That's why I said, hey, one. Brock,
does that make me thing one or thing two?
I don't know.
I'm thing three.
I'm leaving my thing out of this.
Oh, I think I have that flask. As Brock's just taking a shot straight out. Now, is it maple syrup? Because he's now officially, I guess,
it's definitely maple
Canadian.
Syrup. Spiked
maple syrup. It's just like Super Troopers.
Some spiked.
Hey, Omos, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the wall? You mean Shenanigans? MVP's gonna. It's gonna be like fucking spit water or something, like chew spit or something disgusting.
Canadian whiskey.
Oh, you said that was disgusting, not me. I don't mind Canadian LTD or what have you.
Who said that was disgusting?
I said it was going to be something disgusting, and you popped out with Canadian whiskey.
Oh, one had nothing to do with the other. Canadian whiskey.
Oh! You just misted Brock in the face, so it might be Canadian whiskey.
No, you don't waste whiskey like that, bro. That's not allowed. That's a party foul.
That good old
flag on the field. What the fuck are you
doing? That Canadian LTD or that Yukon Jack.
Yukon Jack, buddy. Yeah, you effed up, by the way, if anyone was wondering at home what the fans are chanting.
MVP. I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry. Don't kill me.
Stop it. This is good, man. I'm enjoying this.
But it's so great that babyface just don't give a fuck Brock is like what we wanted all along.
Right? Oh, he blown his nose. Uh-oh, goodbye. Thank you for coming.
Is spinning, and it's not because of the Canadian whiskey.
Gross. Welcome, Maggie.
Brock's got the cane and the cowboy hat.
Yeah, that's not a trajectory. There was no trajectory there, Smile Mark. That's the only problem with that statement.
I got hoes in different provinces.
Who's?
Well, he's out there. He grabbed MVP's cane. So I'm like, what the shit?
Just walking off.
We don't even know what it was that he was drinking. Or at least if he did, I missed it.
My worst nightmare is coming true, bro.
Pimp Lesnar.
This man's got too many.
Oh, it was Ruffle Mitts. Oh, yeah. Oh, if it was Ruffle Mitts, yeah. You probably had to do that. You deserve that. Just pure.
We got Lita and Becky, by the way.
No firecrackers.
Are they going to win? I think they're going to win.
Oh, I do. I think so as well. Well, they're either going to win and we get a multi-team, or at least them versus Shane and Ron at Mania, or they lose.
Oh
no.
Them versus Shayna and Ronda at Mania feels very plausible.
That's probably the top pick. Second pick would be them in a multi-women tag match. If you could still have Khan Sky there, what have you. It's interesting to see if one team wins or loses, if we still get that rumored Trish, Lita, and Becky versus Damage Control. Which, by the way, shout out to Bailey of owning Ronda there on Twitter earlier today. But this is Lita's also
elaborate on that
on Monday Night Raw since 2018.
What's that?
I was saying this is Lita's first match on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Outside of like Rumble and everything.
Oh, the American Nightmare in the house taking on Shush Gable.
Yeah, we're getting Alpha Academy versus the American Nightmare.
Right.
Doesn't he look like a fucking like the Boys character? Just with like he just looks like I'm supposed to be the hero, right? And it's just you're an ultimate juice bag. Like,
oh yeah, he's got that vibe. Like, oh fuck, what's the show? Come back to me after. That was straight moonshine.
I
don't know. He didn't like it, whatever it was.
This is definitely a Vince Mania match. No way in hell this Papa H Mania idea for Brock.
It can't be a thing. I'm still not convinced that why would that be the thing? Like you said, I kind of, if this is going forward, it's quite confusing.
A little bit.
Because even if it is a case of what is that the reuniting, but then you'd have to use Bobby to bring that together. You wouldn't have an Omos match. So it's
man, what if Bobby's not involved and you get Carmelo involved?
Maybe a bit of a reach right now. Maybe
yes, maybe no. Brock drank 93 octane.
Right.
KJ and Nick, Brock will stun Omos third turnbuckle, use ropes for the F5. Why would
here's the question. For anybody good at engineering or math or whatever the fuck you want to call it,
physics?
Not physics. Is there actually mathematically enough, room in the ring for Brock to execute an F5 on Omos? Like I picture his feet ending up like dangling on the top rope, or like his ending up halfway in the front row. Is there physically enough space in the ring to pull off that?
He just ends up hitting his like ankles off the ring post when he him and he just hawks them.
He's so long. He ends up folding him, or he has to do it with his legs bent.
Right. But so we are in commercial right now, folks. But so this brings up a good question though. But who is Bray fighting? How did you feel, sir, since you weren't here, about the whole Bray Firefly Funhouse on Friday.
You know what? I thought it was really cool. And I've been...
What the fuck?
Okay, I did, because I think there's elements to it. But at least it was so unexpected. When I went to the TV, I was like, okay, I'm in. I'm paying attention. But again, I've been very, very... I went from a giant Bray mark to critical of him, and I think I should be able to be critical of him because I'm a mark for him. So, like, fucking, we've been watching this, and it's been really weird. And there was no payoff with that pitch black match. But now they're trying to pull us back into the story somehow. I'm at a fucking loss. Like, I don't know where they're going. I had my brother send me a picture of an eyeball, and it looks like Alexa Bliss's eyeball. And
well, you had people saying it was Alexa Bliss's hands playing with the action figures.
I got my nails painted. So at least people are somehow still intrigued with this. But where does it go? Where are we going with it?
See, I'm at the point now because I actually looked at when Bray Wyatt returned. Okay. And don't do that because we're 5 now, almost 6 months into Bray Wyatt's been back. And now when you look at it, you're like, where the fuck did we go here? What have we done? All managed to go a bunch of nowhere. You muted yourself.
That was Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, he said, I'm Vince saying I'm sick of your shit, pal.
Shut this man's mic off. No, man, listen, I'm a huge Bray Wyatt fan. But for me, it's got to lead to the ring. And right now, who's his... Like, what's the target? So is it really going to be Bray freaking Wyatt versus Bobby Lashley while Brock is fucking around with Omos? What are we doing?
We've got LA Knight losing to Kofi as well.
Yeah. Hold that thought. What are we doing here? What are we what is up with this booking?
WWE seems like they have like 3 good storylines, and the rest are like, I don't know what to do anymore. But by the way, folks, I guess because it might be in my neck of the woods next Monday we will be in Boston, Massachusetts with the
return of John Cena right in time.
And also allegedly I've heard the return of Roman Reigns as well.
Yes, Roman Reigns is going to be
Roman Reigns. Did I say that? Fuck.
So
adrenaline.
Here comes Cody.
Sorry.
Something.
Cody Rhodes. The fact that he knows about that, it makes it 10 times better. But
he has to. It's awesome.
But he really does look like a fucking Street Fighter character that like is supposed to be the good guy, but is a douchebag. Like,
dude, what's that show?
The Boys.
About the fucking superheroes, but they're all
The Boys.
Is that what we were talking about?
Yes,
that's exactly what I was trying to figure out. I should pay attention more often. But that's exactly what it is. Like, that's where some people kind of turn away from Cody. He's too polished.
But
it's like they produced, like made him. He's AI.
Whoa, Jesus! But it's one of those of like how the pomp and circumstance. It's how do you relate to Cody Rhodes? It's when he gets actually on the microphone and everything. Then you're a bit more
to a point. To a point. Sometimes it's a bit long. So I find a lot of things interesting right now. Like, we're getting the graphic. I mean, Cody is going after Roman, folks. And I said Cody was going to take the belts from Roman at Mania, and that's what was going to happen. I find like maybe this was too just very straight tracked. He easily won the Rumble. He's going to kind of cruise into Mania, and there's got to be some adversity here for the American hero.
Did you see the fan though that was at one of their like meet and greets, like con things or whatever, that was very much like, congratulations, Cody, for when you face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And then it's the heel turn on him and got super emotional. It's like, but you're gonna feel worse when Roman Reigns meets you. Like, does Roman Reigns actually leave WrestleMania as champion still?
It's possible.
Get either somebody beats him the night after, or do we still hold out for Dwayne?
I think I'd be extremely disappointed, Nick, if Roman loses the night after Mania. If you don't have at least into the next pay-per-view of a plan for Roman. But if Roman's going to lose the belt, he can't lose it at fucking WrestleMania Backlash. He's got to lose it at Mania. If you're going to take down,
Fair enough.
It's the Ides of March. Let's go.
If Johnny Cage is going to take down M. Bison, then,
Yeah, right? But
does Cody bring back the one wing or the winged eagle belt?
I'm all for it. I don't like the belt.
Speculated too as well.
I don't like all the belts. Just I really wish there was some personality to the title belts. I mean, we've been fans forever, and as kids, we loved give us something with a design, something we can play with, something that
felt different than the other 17 titles you have. But by the way, folks, we do have Chad Gable versus Cody Rhodes. Give us your predictions.
Yeah, why is it Cody?
Rhodes?
Anybody thinking about picking Gable? Shoosh. Shoosh with that nonsense. Now, speaking of shoosh nonsense, how do you feel about watching Brock Lesnar take on Omos?
Well, when you have like we've been there before. If you have a 3-4 hour show and everything like that, and there's some points to where you anticipate this might be the moment I take a little pause for the cause here or anything like that, or
right.
Just granted, there's still the off chance of something insane might happen because it's basically Brock fighting fucking I Am Groot, a human tree. But that's one of those moments that's when you go and get yourself a snack. You go,
right.
You can miss that. It might be 2 minutes that you miss, but you can miss that. I feel a little bit.
No, absolutely. And what I was just reading the comments. Did you guys see the graphic? Yeah, I thought this was funny. So Nick's going to take a pause for the cause, folks. And do remember, we are in a commercial break, but we are rolling through Monday Night Raw tonight. We will be back for NXT tomorrow. And before NXT goes live to air, we are going to air our exclusive interview with Grim Reaper. That's right, the legend you'll see him in GCW all the time. The man's had a very successful last few years and a hugely successful career, 20 plus years. It was great to sit down and chat with a legend. We had some technical difficulties, but we worked through it, and we're looking forward to airing that tomorrow. And then Wednesday, Dynamite. Thursday, Luna Havoc is back as we go through Impact Wrestling. Friday, we got doubleheader. I believe it's just a doubleheader this Friday. Saturday, stay tuned. We got some stuff there. And then, of course, Sunday, AEW Revolution. Can't wait to see what happens. I think this has to be a big show for Tony Khan. Tony Khan has been, I'd say, known for delivering really good pay-per-views. Some long-ass pay-per-views, but some really good pay-per-views. So it's going to be a good week here on the channel, folks. As far as this comment goes, I think people read a little too far into that. Maybe I'm just trying to be an optimist here. But the directed by, I mean, it's Vince's shindig, right? Like at the end of the day, especially WrestleMania, I could honestly see Triple H being the type of guy to slide that in there, or in conversations. Vince might not even known they were going to do it. Now, the skeptic side of me says Vince was like, put my name on the poster. It could be possible. Do I really think it's any indication of anything else going on? Nope. Cody's entire gimmick depends on the chase for the belt. That is a very good point, MW. But at some point, I mean, if he wins it, do they sour on him? Is it the Liv Morgan treatment? Kind of what happened to Kofi a little bit, I felt, where the fandom fell off a little bit. One's like, oh, he got it. Okay, we can move on now. But then how long do you stretch out the chase? That becomes, because there has to be a payoff, right? Like at some point, the good guy prevails at the end of a story chapter portion of the whatever. You need it to come to some type of conclusion at some point. I got Cody down, Chad going up. I'm excited about March 10, Scream 6. Chris, you never cease to amaze me, buddy. Tony Khan won Booker of the Year. Right now, there's a match going on involving Cody Rhodes, so I won't get too far into this. We will talk about this all week long. Wednesday, tune in Wednesday. It's our 1-year anniversary celebration. Wednesday's going to be crazy. We're going to have a lot of fun. And yeah, we want to blow up the stream on Wednesday. We will be live for 1 year. 1 year doing this, folks, and it's been a grind and a ball all at the same time. And we got the disaster kick and 2 count. Gable with the kick out. Booker of the Year. Come on. Like, let's fucking be real, folks. WWE is planning 12 matches for WrestleMania. What do you think of that, KJ and Nick? Quality. You got to give us quality, whatever it is. We've talked about Tony Khan overbooking pay-per-views and having too many people on, too many matches. And by the time we talked about it, Punk won the belt, and I felt like the crowd was a little more subdued than you wanted for a Punk winning the belt moment. But 6.5 hours later, or whatever the fuck it was, you're exhausted. You just can't keep pushing. 12 matches over 2 nights. Is that too thin? I don't know. You got to give us quality. And I mean, you got to assume that out of those 12 matches, 4, 5, 6 of them are going to be solid as far as going quite a while. You probably have a couple dustings and shorter matches in there, but you're definitely going to have some banger matches. Like, if it is going to be the Usos against Sammy and KO, you imagine that one's going to go a while. Chris, don't get your hopes up too high for Scream. Yeah. I mean, at what point? Yeah, at what point do you just stop making the same shit, guys? Is that like an old guy on porch right now? At what point do you just, we're getting remakes 2 years apart. Well, we're gonna remake that classic from that 2019. Oh, I can't wait for the fucking Twilight remakes. Fucking hell. Director is just because Hollywood theme. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, people are saying, see, it means he's in charge. Yeah, no. It's a nod to the man. Wow. Gable going up for a Mooney and lands it. Jesus. Wow, Gable giving Codes a run for his money tonight. Quality match. Give me a thumbs up in the chat right now. We got about 50 people hanging out. Let me know how you feel, folks. Are you digging this match? I know some Cody haters out there going to think this match sucks. No, this is a good match. Exactly right, Rocco. What'd Rocco say? 6 matches each night. I love it. Less matches, more time to tell stories. It's got to be compelling, though. Like, now you're putting the, again, I believe WrestleMania should be one night. I've always been an advocate of one night of WrestleMania. I believe 2 nights is almost, it's like the Super Bowl, having a part 1 and a part 2. And people be like, that's awesome all weekend. Yeah, no. But you want that, like, that big moment. And I think for me, for all those years, you had one show, a 4-hour show, longer than their average pay-per-view, but it was the best of the best. It was the most compelling stories of the year. It was the most, you had your celebrity spots, but not everybody made Mania. You used to watch, Tope Rhodesy, and down goes Gable. Otis looks like he smells his own fart. What is he doing? Sprinkling of a Cody chat as Cody tries. Why is Cody bugging? What was this? Cody decides to go have a little chit chat with our buddy Otis. All right. I like that. Bye, Odie. Booker of the Year in Feb. No, I mean, I think we're referring to 2022. Cody Cutter, and it was a beautiful one out of nowhere. And listen, I really want Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. I mean, maybe Randy Orton's at the point where he's got to start looking at what's his final, couple programs going to be. But I mean, I'm all for, if Randy comes to that point where he's got to hang up those boots, which going to be a sad day when he does. But I mean, Cody Rhodes and Randy, as far as Randy going out, kind of got a nice ring to it. Kind of got a nice feel to it, folks. Larry thinks it's thin. It all depends what you book, right? And that's what I was saying kind of earlier. It's like anything else. You have a bigger, you have a smaller margin of error when you thin out your night. I don't mind 6 and 6, but you got to keep us interested. Some fans are going to enjoy it. The live fans are going to have a really good time, but the match has got to speak. At Mania, the match has got to talk. And that's the one thing I will say when we're comparing the two companies. And I know, we've been bagging on Tony a little bit as of late, but the matches matter at an AEW pay-per-view for sure. And guys deliver big time performances at a lot of the AEW pay-per-views. And it's all about that payoff in those matches. Whether we like the booking, whether we like the programs, even if it's a spot booked match, it's generally a solid match. Cody's got a microphone. I think we are 33 days away, says Daffy Duck. How many people within WWE do you actually think talk to Meltzer? None. This fucking thing. Hold that thought. Cody talking to Roman. He's got a little gash, by the way. Cody getting blood. He pulled a Moxley on WWE programming. Oh, you guys know that's a thing, right? Pulled a Moxley. It's whenever you start bleeding. This guy sneezes and his forehead gushes. What happened? There you go. Cody with a message for Roman. How exciting, says Mr. Patrick. Not excited at all, but apparently he thinks it is. I think it's exciting. He doesn't sound excited, is what I'm saying. How many people within the WWE do you think? No. Yes, yes, there's going to be connections between some of the people within the building and the dirt sheets. Meltzer's been around forever. I'm sure he has friends and backdoor people, but it's not even that anymore, guys. I keep seeing, and other people are putting out stories, clickbait stories and articles. Oh, did you hear this? Or did you hear that? And it's like these matter-of-fact statements, as clickbait generally is. You click on it. Oh, Brock and this is going to happen. Or we hear, WWE is being sold here. And then what they quote is Dave Meltzer on his podcast said, and they're passing off this bullshit opinion. Like me and Nick can start just acting like, the shit that we come up with on this live stream is factual, solid news. And we can just start clicking it out to everybody. Hey, did you hear the following? Like, speak of the devil.
What you mean we ain't news?
You know what I mean. But yeah, that's it. Like, hey, Kevin Owens bumping into Byron. And Corbin getting the cold shoulder again. What are we going, this is a completely recycle, revamp, reset with Corbin. Like, we've done this with Corbin. I lost my shoulder. Did anyone notice that? Dun-dun. Yeah, okay, so KO standing pat. He is going to pick apart and continue going after the bloodline without Sammy. Now, we all know where this is headed, folks. We all know at some point, we're going to get a bit of a showdown. Up next, we're getting the Judgment Day, by the way, as Rhea Ripley was on SmackDown on Friday. I didn't like it. We can talk about that. But I didn't like how Rhea Ripley ended up being presented up against Charlotte Flair this week. And if they're hoping to maintain Rhea as the heel in this angle, they're going to be in tough water. But yeah, back to your point, Matt. It's bad. They're passing off casual opinion. Oh, this is what I think. But then it's like, well, I've been hearing that's been the thing for a while. It's completely bullshit.
What? What you trying to call bullshit? No, I agree with you. Well, certain things that are so biased one way or another, like that's even why
you know what,
100%. What's up?
Sorry, and I get. I'm sorry. It just made me think with the bias. But to me, what bothers me more than the bias, I can tolerate the bias because you want to pick a left wing or a right wing and just report that way. Fuck it. It's transparent. We can see through it, and we get it. We know you're full of shit.
Not in the U.S.,
right? Like, but yeah, no kidding. That was funny. But it's the complete and utter it's just horseshit on top of horseshit on top of horseshit. There's no value, no validity. It is awful. That's my issue with what's happening. It's just the equivalent of anyone else jumping on the fucking internet and rambling at this point. And that's sad for a guy that we used to be a fan of.
But see, that's the thing is, I keep holding to that. You either, and I don't want to say this that type of way with Dave, but you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain type of thing. But it also still at the same time of, this man literally switched up on me like that, as I was about to throw something to him. But as Keyshawn even says, the dirt sheet marks and young wrestlers view Meltzer as royalty, 100% of. But that's how it was of growing up, was you viewed Meltzer as the authority when it came to pro wrestling. What culture, WrestleMania, Wrestling Observer, all the same, propaganda, clickbait, options of or opinions of a mark. Well, that's the 100% is what we try and kind of pride ourselves of. Instead of support, wrestle talk, or anything like that. Shout out, I guess, homie Big Ray and all that. But yeah, it's what we try and pride ourselves on, of, especially me and KJ and everything, of we're calling everything in the moment. We'll retract ourselves and correct ourselves when we're wrong or what have you. Or if we something turns out different than the other way. But no, 100% of we're giving you an unbiased opinion of what we see when we're watching pro wrestling. That's why we're here. Literally, no other channel is here as often as we are. So absolutely, again, I challenge anybody that tries to sit there and find a channel that's doing what we do as often as we do, that even the wrestlers are paying attention to, that even when you check out the Grim Reaper interview that's dropping tomorrow, when you watch the Cole Radrick interview and everything, to where they're even saying of, no, we were watching you guys. And then you said this of all these other wrestling channels, they sit there and often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated, of they very much get, well, if we say the nice things about so and so, we get access to so and so. No, we're calling it, like Simon even said, calling everything right down the middle. Money. So right or left Twix. Oh God. Both is good. Both is an option. But I will say this, while we're in commercial break right now. But yeah, and this, I guess, even more maybe represents my opinion than fully the channels. But again, like I said, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Of there is nobody that does it like we do, that does it as consistently like we do, that we're giving you our honest to God opinion. Like this isn't, oh well, tonight I'll go and do this or anything like that. There's no kayfabe, there's none of this shit with that. And even the guys that we're watching and talking about respect that and see that. But where was it? Oh, JV, as I'm getting a stupid ass commercial. You know what time it is, so all rise for the judgment day. So they're literally playing into the fucking memes and shit. But I will ask this side question here as I'm getting a replay of last week's SmackDown of, do you feel that Hook right now is doing better then Dominic Mysterio or Dominic Guerrero, or vice versa. Like, who do you think right now is doing the better out of the two? Nick, World Baseball Classic, yes or no? I'm gonna be honest, JV, and say no. I know as a baseball fan, what have you, that probably makes me a terrible baseball fan. But it's a little bit even like with like the Little League World Series of Christ. I still remember growing up where, you know, you can go back and watch the videos about what happened with the Cuban team and everything. So I'm pretty much, I stick to Major League Baseball season and beyond that. I mean, I do have, I guess, funny enough, the Toronto Blue Jays minor league team close by me with the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. But beyond really that kind of level, I don't tend to fuck with it too much. Of also, we got the XFL show, which you should be tuning into every Saturday at noon o'clock Eastern. We are giving you, or I am giving you right now, a weekly recap of everything going on with the XFL. So there's just so much goddamn sports. Christ, we were sitting here talking in a group chat about Jake Paul getting his ass whooped by Tommy Fury. But so we've still got Finn Balor going after Edge as well. If you don't get to say when this is over, I decide when it's over. And I still, to me, Judgment Day just looks like the ballers from GTA San Andreas, just in a wrestling ring of all the purple, all the random bandanas for no fucking reason. The still halfway getting jobbed out, but on top of, I guess, who's getting booked better, Dom or Hook? I guess second question of who's getting booked better, Schism or Judgment Day? And what in the name of why does this man have his foot all the way towards the top? Like he's stretching for no fucking reason. And Mansoor's got a dyed goatee. I've never seen that before. He's got a little blue goatee. So, I mean, I know I've got a little bit of white and gray showing up in there. I know Gager's got a good bit of that. But no, none of us are throwing out blue or anything like that in there. Finn challenges Edge at Mania. Okay, so that's what that was. So now we're going to get, are we going to get Demon Finn versus Brood Edge in Hell in a Cell like we were supposed to get, I think, at Rumble, I believe. And we're getting Asuka. Everybody wants to call her Kana instead of how we've got Mia Yim, but they continue to force Michin down our throat. But we've got Asuka coming out right now. And if she wasn't already a badass Dom versus Ray, I want to see it. Yes, we all do at Mania, hopefully. But if Asuka already wasn't a badass of her with the, I'ma be down, the Juggalo face paint, just I'm scared and turned on at the same time of she absolutely looks like a badass. But up next, folks, after we're out of this commercial break, we have Asuka versus Carmella. And I feel a little bit bad for Carmella if she returned and now she's kind of fallen back into the jobber situation. Then again, Corey Graves has been on record saying of I've been cleared medically, and if I'm going to come back, what better way to come back than with my wife as a tag team partner? But by the way, folks, tomorrow night on NXT, we're going to get Carmelo Hayes versus Tyler Bate, and god damn if that isn't going to be a good match. I don't know what is. But we are in commercial break right now, folks. So I will remind everybody, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We do this all the damn time for anything and everything. We've been here for the Super Bowl. We've been here on 7+ hour streams, covered multiple shows and this, that, and the third. We've had multiple interviews. Like I said, we've even had the wrestlers that were interviewing tell us that they watch us. So absolutely, if you haven't done so already, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. And if you have done so already, thank you very much. And again, we do have the super chat, the super stickers, all of that. In case we do, or at least right now, if I miss any of your comments, what the hell, Larry? English, please. We need Purple People Eater Finn, aka Demon Finn. Oh, he was a one-eyed, one-horn flying purple. Oh God! Don't, now that you said that, Small Mark, they're gonna do some shit like that if he's gonna come out in black and purple paint with like one eye on his chest and everything. Dominic versus Ray in an unmasking retirement match at WrestleMania would be cool. It would be very cool, and it would be, if they're gonna do that as like a passing of the torch of like, either you leave with your mask or I leave with your mask. If they did it something like that, that 100% would be a fantastic way to kind of wrap that up. But does Ray retire? Have we really, as a wrestling fan base, I guess, really kind of come to grips of potentially a Rey Mysterio retirement match or a retirement scenario? Mark, you mean Vamp Edge versus Purple Demon Finn? Yeah. Oh, get ready. Get the Brood Edge. Oh, we just need Gangrel out there. Gangrel and a goblet, and he just, does the little Triple H mist up in the air. By the way, still the best like taunt / entrance when it comes to No Mercy or WrestleMania 2000 or any of the N64 WWE games. 100% the Brood entrance is goated with that whole situation. I'm just happy Cuba is allowed to use major league players to play in the WBC. JV, you're setting me up for something there, and I don't want to touch on it. All I'm going to just say is go Yankees, because 100%, especially living in New England, fuck the Red Sox. Let's go Yankees. As a native New Yorker who's stuck living in New England, and I felt like a traitor of getting nothing but Red Sox games when I first moved here. Gangrel still does the entrance on the Indies. Yeah, well, Gangrel is still very much prominent on the Indies, and he's still got his own little side business, his own little side hustle, but absolutely, it was such a cool entrance, regardless of its. That needs to be almost a list that we might do at some point. Of, I know KG, you can probably hear me, or if not, CJ or Cliff can hear me, or maybe I'll just note it down myself. But we do a list of coolest intros that weren't for top acts, because the Brood, Edge and Christian is different than the Brood. But even then, when we got the new Brood, when the Hardy Boys came out through there and everything, like, that's such a badass entrance to do. Like that, I feel like there's been a few that you could at least do like a top 5 of cool fucking entrances that didn't end up equating to shit. But I've got Carmella coming out right now, and I hate her new entrance music. What? Am I the only one that liked the FABOUOO? Like, her original kind of entrance music was way better than this discount J-Lo wannabe entrance music. I get she used to be a Laker girl, what have you. As meanwhile, Corey's losing his mind. But folks, if you want to hear, who should be talking instead of his nothing partner there, Kevin Patrick, or you don't want to hear somebody exactly like Corey Graves drool over Carmella, then absolutely you need to let everybody know that we are the channel for that. We are your alternative commentary for anything and everything. We are here live covering more wrestling on the channel, live more than any channel. And like I've said before, we're the wrestling channel that even the wrestlers tune into. But so let me know who you're taking, whether you're taking Asuka or Carmella. I think this is very clearly got to be Asuka, especially if she's setting up to face Bianca at WrestleMania. Now, do we get Bianca involved? Does she show up at ringside? Does she just walk out on the entrance ramp after probably Asuka wins? What have you?
Question.
Hi.
Why did Asuka throw up blue stuff? Is that just, did she misfire the mist? Did she gag on her own mist? Pause.
I don't want to address that.
What happened there?
I mean, I'm gonna be down. I'm gonna be down with the clown.
So who? This has to be an Asuka win, right?
By mist or no mist, does she spit the Kool-Aid packet into Carmella's face?
Then we're gonna hear Carmella scream like a banshee.
I still miss the FAB. Oh, yeah, and she comes out and she does the little moonwalk.
There's a 2 S. No. I'd like
Depends
to see
on if you're in Montreal or not.
Oh, go ahead. What?
No, you were trying to spell it, and I said it depends on if you're in Montreal or not.
Right? No, I was trying to confirm Curtis's extra S.
Right, like I said, depends on if you're in Montreal or not.
Well, did you see when Sammy was, because it said his shirt said honorary U's, but it had the U? Oh, you spelt it right. For the Americans out there, we add U's to your like OR words. So like honor has a U.
Yeah. You do weird shit. I can't knock like poutine. Oh, there's a lot of Canadian shit I like, so I can't knock it, but you do some weird shit. Right. Then again, we're like the fucking carnival for y'all. So
yeah, I don't think no. You guys are still. You guys aren't even. You guys aren't even on the metric system. Your shit makes no sense.
Welcome to America, where the points.
Right, you guys are like, go. We like it. We're keeping it. Leave us alone.
Like I said, welcome to America, where the points are made up and the shit doesn't matter.
My favorite.
Oh, super kick from Carmella on the outside. See, do you spell it Ring of Honor when they do shows in Canada?
Right, you have to add the U. It's funny, yeah. No, I have to check that because like my spell check will tell me I spelled Ring of Honor incorrectly.
Dead ass.
Mind blown. Did you see that?
The light bulb just went off.
Shut the fuck up.
You typed Dunkin' Donuts. Did you mean Tim Hortons?
Pretty much, right? What's your thoughts on Randy Orton comeback? I hope it happens. And I was saying, I think when you were on break, Nick, like even if it was one more time, like one more program from Randy, I'd be okay with it if it was Randy Cody.
Oh, 100%. That's exactly where I was about to go with that. If Randy does come back, what have you do Randy Cody? That's the money match. That's the money feud of that. Even if it's the one last ride for the cowboy of Randy Orton, you have to do that. There's no one else you could do that with.
Yeah,
that's gonna have that same feel, that same vibe, that same impact.
I'm sorry, dude. I caught a chuckle on the chat starting to crack me up. Do you spell it Ring of Honor? I got that.
No, I still do that.
Yeah, when is Randy Orton coming back? I can't wait to see him. Got that. Sorry, Canada's spelling is the same as British. It's the US that's messed. Now, I don't know if that's a good argument, sir. I don't know if that helps our cause here.
Blame Canada. Blame
right?
Canada.
Jake Paul did.
Oh, no, he can't blame the Saudis, though. He wouldn't have made it out of there. So,
damn.
Allegedly.
Asuka's Blue Mist, I think, is supposed to be like a psych out. I've seen green, black, and red from Muda or Tajiri. Blue, though. Never blue. Wonder why Asuka is blue.
She's like a fucking Pokemon of like when you evolve Eevee and you can get like 18 different variations of like there's red mist, which is fire, or you get the blue mist, which is water, the green mist, which is plant, the purple mist, which is poison. Like what the fuck? Like I do really like that is such a kayfabe thing of there's like variations and levels of it's literally gotten it's that much of a kayfabe thing of there's levels of mist and what they do and what they cause.
I don't know what Mark means by supposed to be like a psych out. Like I mean
they just trip balls and they just fall over.
Right? It's a psychedelic one.
It's a hallucinogenic.
right?
She's just spitting psilocybin in their face.
Right, exactly. Here we go. Is Mandy
She's
Rose
like that
going
fucking dinosaur from Jurassic Park. It just spits acid in their
exactly
face.
the first visual I had when it came up.
Bullshit.
Terrence wants to know if Mandy Rose is going to both companies at the same time.
To all, she might sign. Well, depending on if you subscribe to her, not OnlyFans and everything, she might sign up with all, but I don't think she's going to AEW or WWE anytime soon.
No, I don't think so. And I mean, if anything, if I was Tony, I would throw some money at her just for the notoriety. Make it rain, Tony. Let's go.
I was like, as soon as you said no, some money, I was like, well, she ain't working on the fucking pole, my dude.
No, but like, come on now. I didn't mean it like that at all. But
do something strange for a little piece of change,
right? But I mean, it's worth name value. I mean, there's not very many. That's, I mean, one of the things that people have said about the downfall of AEW is there's not many other options. Like, who else is out there? One-time thing, yeah.
Well, I like this reptile spit attack. Reptile. Right? No, shit. She's more a Street Fighter character, I feel like, a little bit right now than Mortal Kombat. But spinning back fist, spinning back fist, spinning back fist. She's just spamming buttons right now. Asuka is button mashing in 2K23 right now with this.
Buddy, I'm putting that on a t-shirt. Spamming buttons. Asuka on fire.
Oh,
Psycho is in mind games. Like, damn. She's like, I don't think anyone's standing there going, wait, is that blue? Shit. Not
is
blue.
This blue raspberry? Is this blueberry?
It's not a fucking slush puppy.
What does blue taste like?
Wait, do y'all have slush puppy?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 count from Carmella. I can go
down
the corner and get a slushy right now. Well, it's not slush.
Are you surprised how competitive this is? A pretty good match, man.
Sorry. Well, it's still Carmella just returned as well, so you can't just job out Carmella.
It's nice for Carmella to remind people she can actually wrestle.
She fucking always could. She just got stuck with, I am the smack talker Skywalker.
No, but even after that, she was good. And then I thought she lost it when she went with that, like that, they gave her the makeover and she became posh. And then she was wearing the mask and all she did was scream. And she was hanging out with Zelina Vega, who had 19 accents. Oh, yeah, shit.
Well, when you can't, roll up.
What a match. What a
Asuka. Well, just a smooth ass transition right there between pin attempts and everything.
Did everybody out there pick Asuka?
If you didn't, what the fuck's wrong with you? But Asuka with a submission win as Carmella, I guess, verbally submits.
Well, she kind of flapped. She's gonna help me. She was done.
But is it interesting that we could see Corey Graves and Carmella as a tag team in 2020?
That's not where I thought you were going with that next question, based on the current circumstances. Oh, wait, Asuka's got a mic. This should be entertaining.
That's basically what she just
nice. Oh wait, that's what she did. Shit, never mind.
It may not be nice, but it's not wrong.
That was accurate.
He said exactly what she was saying in the promo.
Here comes Belair.
I was wondering when we were going to get Bianca. Montez Ford, you're a lucky man.
Belair looking like $1,000,005. Holy shit.
Fucking skin tight.
No, she athletic
you
as hell.
Hiccup in that shit and something's tearing.
And Asuka calls her out. So interesting after a really solid match with Carmella.
Well, again, you can't just job out and just bury Carmella.
Fair enough.
Evil.
This is evil.
Tim, what up? There are probably 10 people in the whole damn building that speak Japanese, and Oscar is one of them. All right. Oh.
Carmella from behind.
Oh, so we're going to set up Bianca versus Carmella next week. Now Carmella is stuck in the position of anything you can do, I can do better. I can beat her quicker than you.
they're not gonna squeeze Carmella into
No, they're gonna just have her play the
just
jobber
have the
role. She just gets
the
beat faster
litmus
by
test.
Bianca than she does by Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
But so, what do you think about Miz with "I've got a golden ticket"?
I don't know what to think. Him hosting WrestleMania seems highly likely. I don't know. I think if he pulls that out and says, "I'm gonna hold," like, do you really want a douchey heel hosting your big show?
Well, if you're gonna have it Hollywood,
but why is he Hollywood?
If you're not gonna go the WCW route and have David Arquette do it, why not have another B-list, C-list, D-list, F-list celebrity host it? And the Miz, and he'd sit there and just ham it up 100%.
Yeah, I think okay, he could definitely sell it. I just don't know if generally it's something uber popular. I don't know.
Well, we couldn't get Dwayne, so
Dwayne didn't want to come. So, and
he's too busy dealing with the XFL, and they're slightly above AW ratings.
Yeah. Up next, we're getting another commercial. That's annoying. Piper Niven's, Candice LeRae. While the commercial's going on, folks, get your predictions in. Let us know who you're taking, and I will take a moment to remind everybody, if you're enjoying us here tonight, we do this almost every night. We will be back tomorrow, NXT. Looking forward to it. Cliff will be on the stream. Cliff, I can't say Cliff.
He's gonna be bust out the old Johnny Carson gimmick.
He going ham with this. I don't know how I got mixed emotions.
Right, but still, you out there. I mean, I go hard in the paint with the wad, and I got 1,000 gimmicks, but this man's going full Johnny Carson.
He found it. He found it, man. It's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and listen, NXT. You said we're getting some good matches on NXT. I think.
Well, we're getting Tyler Bate versus Carmelo Hayes. So, I mean, instantly right there was
strap on for that one.
Right.
TK Snow put Carmelo. What?
Why? Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh, no. My Monday Night Raw turned into an anime.
Oh.
You got that one right. Tim's back. Welcome back, Tim.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yep.
Wait, go back. What? I want to read that. I didn't get to read it.
Click it.
Well,
what do you want?
I don't know where you were.
Listen.
There we go. Fine. To further Nick's, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
With our married couple bickering there.
Right.
To further Nick's ICP Juggalo rib towards Asuka. Blue Mist is a Fago flavor. Blue Moon Mist. Like a blue Mountain Dew. Yes. I love it.
That's what it is. Mark solved the mystery.
Right. You cracked the rib code.
I like it. Got that one. Oh, wait. Piper for the W.
Yeah, who are you taking, by the way?
I gotta go Piper. I'm going the Scottish last.
Oh, you son bitch. Fine. I'm gonna agree with you. I don't give a shit.
Fine. I will do what you did.
No, because I've been harping and wanting her to go back to Piper Niven. I really like this gimmick. And what the fuck are we doing with Candice LeRae at this point, anyway? So why not build Piper Niven?
Listen, it's not good. I don't think Candice or Johnny either has been good. And anytime they've given them the TV time, they're as boring as shit.
Are they the Maria and Mike Kanellis right now of WWE? Ooh. Of they're kind of there collecting a paycheck. And I say that with all due respect because they could be great, but they're really doing fuck and all when it comes to WWE.
And, yeah, it's interesting. Like, I mean, even when Candice returned, everyone was like, "Hey, okay." Right? So I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to say. That's not nice.
I was gonna say I don't want to touch on that one.
I don't know why I clicked that one. That's not nice. How excited are you about I think they're gonna have a great match. I really do.
Good match. Am I excited for it?
I kinda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair, Nick. That's fair.
King Jordan, you
go ahead. You click that one.
I was gonna say, King Jordan, you should never take a break from watching us, but I appreciate that you got. Bye. How's this for a match at NXT Stand and Deliver? Gigi Dolan versus JCJ in the Toxic Battle. Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty. They'll let you sort out who's which.
It's really interesting how they're playing this, and I thought it was really cool I thought it was a good move for Jane to come out and own it, right?
You like the heartbreak chick?
Yeah, like just take it away. I know what everyone's saying, so I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to be saying.
What everyone's saying, what I'm saying. I don't know that anyone else was really saying too much of that.
No one else is saying that Jane's oh, come on now. You coined it nicely, sir. I'll give you credit for that, but I think a lot of people are completely in line with that. Multiple people out there was like, "Oh, it's kind of it's a smooth move to grab onto it."
Right.
Why didn't Candice's entrance happen during the break?
Because you need to see it. You need to embrace it.
It's like a bad version of Liv
Morgan. You said smooth move, and then I saw Piper Niven on the screen. I was like, I can make a joke, but I don't want to.
Yeah, just
Nikki just peeking.
Oh, Nikki
borrowing Scott Hall's jacket, by the way, it looks like. So what
is happening here?
You're the cool kid. I just want to hang out with, like, why? What the fuck?
What?
I mean, shout out Nikki. I mean, she looks way better than she did as a wrestler, but
I don't want her to play. Dude, I got an issue.
I got a lot of issues. I got an issue for your tissue.
I got an issue for that issue. Here's the thing. They just turned her into Crazy Nikki. I don't want her to be that soft, meek, mild manner Nikki we kind of got with the Alexa shit. I want her to be Crazy fucking Nikki. I want her to run around like a maniac and have, and cause problems. This whole, look, now she's at ringside. Like,
and just doing this, though. But,
like, why? Just let her be crazy. Now people are like, well, she's crazy. But no, that's not what we could get from Nikki.
Yeah.
I don't want to see her be soft and, oh, I really need friends. Just be crazy. Don't speak.
Jan, what up? Small Mark saying red quite often used, but is said to burn the eye. Again, like I said, I like how we get like kayfabe of like, oh, well, he's got a couple.
I like this.
Like, Blue says the opponent to sleep. It's a mixture of water and color powder. No, it's the tablet. Wrestlers often put those capsules in the mouth and attack the opponent. Fair enough. There we go. So we're breaking kayfabe. Green, the commonly used mist, which is said to obstruct the opponent's vision. Reptile.
Acid. We're good.
Red mist, quite often used, but it's said to burn the eyes. Used by Gangrel. Well, no, that's when it's the red viscous liquid. Because when WCW say 5-letter words, so they said it was red viscous liquid.
That sounds like a good time at all.
Pause.
Hey, welcome. What
the fuck is a poison pixie?
Yeah, good question. Apparently, it's a really boring white lady.
It's Tinkerbell if she hung out with the Joker.
No, but that would be entertaining, wouldn't it?
Jordan, we've been good. I don't know when's the last time you won. You and I get that joke. I don't want to explain that joke to the class here.
Let's move on.
Right. Is that cold blood, right? We're getting it's the Mountain Dew layers of the Mountain Dews of
Mountain Dew poison. The mist has been Mountain Dew since 1972.
Right. You get straight up Mountain Dew, you get Mountain Dew Code Red, you get Mountain Dew Pitch Black, you get Mountain Dew Voltage. That's what Oscar's currently using.
Oh shit. Piper just chucked Nikki like garbage.
Well, remember they also were a tag team not too long ago, so I think that might be a little bit part of it.
No.
Bullshit.
Yo. What?
Nikki's just become female Danhausen. That's literally what she looks like outside of the fucking face paint. It's just Danhausen.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Whoa.
Fuck's sake, boys.
That dude, listen, I'm really tired of fucking roll-ups. Can we start like
it's the most devastating move in professional wrestling. You can't kick out of it.
I've had enough. That tiny lady just pinned down Dewey like nothing.
What? So you instantly discredit everything you just said with calling her Dewey.
I mean, I missed Dewdrop. Oh, speaking of boring,
Well, speaking of little,
Mr.
we've
Boring in
got
the
Johnny
house.
Gargano here, the
Well,
man who I could use as an armrest.
Nick, we got a bunch of people hanging around right now. Guys, give me a thumbs up on or a thumbs down on Johnny Gargano, or a comment or a thought. Where are you at with WWE Johnny? Not the Johnny Gargano we knew and loved.
Not 2.0, returned Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, like Johnny Gargano as a main roster talent. How's it going for you?
Does that
He's
can
like
that translate
fucking
into
leave
a
it.
comment?
What?
I said, can that translate into a comment of just like,
Yeah, this is where we need like subtitle.
Right?
I can't talk right now. Just read my thoughts.
Right.
Oh wait, the Judgment Day are picking on Johnny. Priest versus Gargano could be fun.
Yeah, if it was an NXT takeover like 4 fucking years ago.
He laid him out. Remember?
Who hasn't?
Good point.
Oh well, everybody's just saying fuck us with this of John and TMZ. Well, John and TMZ got canceled. King Jordan's thumbs up.
There you go.
Damien thumbs up. Curtis thumbs up. Well,
Larry 2 thumbs down.
Thumb down. But they're waiting for Tommaso's return.
What do they do with that return? Are they going together or against each other? How do we do this?
DIY versus KO and Sammy for the tag title. Shut up and take my fucking money.
Yeah, I'll sign up for that all day long. And I think DIY
twice on Sunday.
We talked about, DIY Usos won't be bad. Listen,
DIY versus FTR when Dax and Cash show up. Because remember, we had to move the very ominous WWE contract out of the bottle of tequila shot.
Yeah, that was oopsie, maybe.
Yeah, well, because whenever I don't know how many people, depending on what you do for a profession or whatever, but when you get sent a contract or whatever, I don't think it's just their fucking logo.
What if it was
like the head page of like?
What if it was a little bit of a Tony? Look what I got! You better get over here.
Oh yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Johnny Wrestling versus Finn next week. There you go.
Ooh, but coming up next, as we're
Wally Wonka
into as we're heading into commercial.
You're not supposed to laugh at your own shit. I popped myself there.
Yeah, right. Pause. But I've got a golden ticket. We've got The Miz coming out to let us all know what the little surprise note he got from his buxomest bride was last week, and that's the politest way I can say that because she had them things just.
I can't wait till he opens the envelope, pulls out the piece of paper.
I'm leaving you.
You are Dominic Mysterio's father.
You are Rick Boog's father.
Whoa, weird. Gargano is fine. They're signed him for depth, but have to wait till Mania for any big storyline. It's the same for a bunch of. So you feel like Matt, I guess, is saying there's a bit of a holding pattern for some of the talent because they are already kind of deeply heading towards this WrestleMania. We'll see what happens post-Mania with a lot of these floaters. Jonah, Gargano.
I will say touche with that, but at the same time, that doesn't excuse lazy booking to get there. You can still have halfway entertaining shit. I mean, for Christ's sakes, if Vince Russo, the same equivalent of a fucking monkey on a typewriter, can pull out some fucking halfway decent shit, then you can at least pull off something that's not huge, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, I hear you.
That still might be asking a lot right now with WWE Creative, but still, if we can harp on Tony of Snowman Teddy Bear there, I guess, of do better, be better, then you have to still harp on WWE of you have the talent, do better, be better. Especially when you have the advantages like WWE has.
Absolutely. Why not? Like, I mean, that's what the expectation becomes, and you can't continually sell us on the hype. I mean, it's no different than talk UFC, right? You can't keep you see it all the time where guys get hyped up in big cards, and if they underdeliver one too many times, we stop wanting to buy when they're
You
showing
take
up.
3 L's in the UFC and thank you.
Yeah.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you. High five.
Right.
Uh,
Ooh.
Andrade back to the WWE. Maybe the Miz is the best actor in my eyes.
In the eyes of Sweden. Well, I mean,
He's the Hasselhoff of Sweden.
no, he'd be the. Yeah,
Wait,
actually,
yeah.
that's a
Okay,
really
that was
way
good.
to put that. Look, I was like, wait, no, Hasselhoff was just big in fucking U.S. for or in Germany for no reason. So,
Right there you
well,
go.
shit, we've got a couple of dudes that we know that are over in at least that neck of the woods. So we'll just have to ask them of,
Yeah, right.
how big is the Miz when it comes to acting over there? Is he or Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Right. Have you
Well,
seen
speaking
Santa's
of the
Little
Rock,
Helper?
who out there knew that the Rock was paid $10,000 every time he wore his sunglasses in the rain?
Is that an accusation?
And then he rap, Miss Yost, I can't stand the rain.
Blame it on the rain. Yeah, yeah.
Mist information was fun. I didn't know all
Yeah.
that. The blue mist is a sleep mist. So Oscar gonna put Bianca to sleep at Mania. Well, she might do that, but it might not be with the mist. But
Yeah, that's true. By the way, this Sunday, we got China up on A&E. It's going to be a good one, man. That's going to be
it's going to be touching with kid gloves. There's certain wrestlers that I've come to realize that you really have to touch their situations. Of some people get really offended really quickly. Of if you say things that they may not agree with, whether it be someone like China, whether it be someone like another Canadian crippler, what have you.
how does China fit into that category? Just out of curiosity, I don't know how.
Well, no, I'm just saying just there is controversy around certain superstars.
Yeah, I don't think they're.
I'm not saying they're one A and B,
Yeah.
goddammit. I'm just saying of that certain people, if you go hard in the paint one way, I feel like people get a little butthurt.
Yeah, I mean, the telling of a story is the telling of a story, and I mean, we talk all about it. We watch the documentary of Ultimate Warrior. We'll watch Ric Flair. I mean, there's all different kinds. I think Crippler falls into a different category of revile and
Oh, okay. Well, then what about
that's
the
more
man
of
who
a
already who got arrested driving with a suspended license and then just got his license suspended for another?
That's an interesting one. That wait, he drove with a suspended license, so you suspended his license. That's like,
yeah,
I skipped school, so you suspend me and let me skip school.
I really don't agree with that at all,
bro.
But we have the Miz right now in Gucci Mink.
There you go.
Oh, highlight worthy news! I'm telling you, it's going to be he hosts WrestleMania.
Stone Cold Steve Austin ever been a spokesman for Budweiser? I can't say off the top of my head. I'm sure they must have tried.
We got the Broken Skull IPA. Why?
Right. Why?
Got a couple of Steve Weisers. Why?
Goes down smooth.
Well, we've got the Miz.
Oh,
yes, hosted by the Miz.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood, hosted by WWE's version of Johnny Cage, The Miz.
Dude, I'm starting to get nervous about Mania. Everything I don't want to happen is starting to happen. As this is all coming together, I'm like, shit.
I think that's just called Mania season.
Yeah, but I want to get jazzed about some of this stuff.
Cody versus Roman doesn't jazz you? It doesn't sunshine.
That sounds provocative.
It's provocative. No one knows what it means, but it gets the people going.
Shit, man. Yeah, no. I'm not saying I'm not excited about that, but I was like, I mean, if we are getting Brock and Omos, I don't know how I feel about that. The Miz is a hostess, man.
I do like this one though. Granted, I mean the man's getting taken to court by good old Brett Favre. But Pat McAfee should
Take
host.
me to court.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's all go
they're gonna have that conversation
now. Dun, dun. But Rhea and Charlotte, doesn't Sunshine and Sparkle with you?
I think that I'm looking forward to that match a lot. I expect Rhea to win.
That main event's night one?
Main event night one. Ooh, maybe.
That's the rumor. That's the speculation. That's the accusations.
So Miz, the kind of
burn it down.
We get a sing along, folks. Let's go. Get your O's in the chat.
Oh,
we're always up for a good O around here.
Vitamins, folks. Vitamins.
Snoop Dogg will host. No, he's busy. He's making, children's songs, which are amazing, by the way.
I saw that.
It's amazing.
Sent that to me, and she was blown away by it. I was like, he's friends with Martha Stewart, right? And she's like, what? I was like, yeah. Martha went to jail. She got that street cred.
Go indulge
in on the fucking set of HCTV.
Right? Go indulge in some feel good, and then put one of those feel clips on. Man, it's such a mind fuck. You're like, wait a minute, what is happening?
I still just like the super mashups.
Affirmations.
The dubsteppy mixes of we're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
Aaron Ziegler want the show better.
What?
I don't know what we said. Maybe, I don't know. Sorry, Dale.
Wigglypuff?
Right?
We have no idea how true that is or isn't. Dirt sheets are bad, dude. Have no idea what they're talking about. What did he say? And Triple H has Vince breathing down his neck. Oh, well, yeah, 100%. Well, so I did say this while we pause, and I guess how you can answer this as we've got Rollins out here with The Miz, and Rollins out here looking like
shit?
Fucking fuzzy Mr. Magoo of literally all he's missing is the blind Daredevil stick of where's everything.
Did you see
he's got the blue blockers. He's got the senior citizen blue blockers on.
Do you catch that though? The entire time Miz is on a rant, the crowd sang right through him.
But I was saying about how we pretty much here call it down the middle of that. We try and we'll correct ourselves when we're wrong. We're not the dirt sheets and the Meltzeri's and all that. Yeah.
Now this one's funny to me. Vince booking for WrestleMania. What if it was a case of listen, folks, the day after Mania, sold. Just this one's mine. Everyone back away. I got it.
Just sell it right before 40.
Right? I'm taking it to the hole. Pause.
If I hit him, I hit him, I hit him.
Right.
You hit him. But who? So who does he sell to?
Dude, I still got a gut feeling that initial story, there was truth to it and somebody let it out.
Oh, the one that I sat there and said, they just leaked that out there and then they just wanted to test the waters with it. And everyone's you're fucking wrong.
I don't think it was a feeler. I don't. I think it got out and then it went quiet. I still think
shit. No, pal. We want to jack up the price.
I don't think Vince McMahon gives a shit what public opinion is. I really don't. Clearly, if Vince McMahon gave a fuck about what we thought, he wouldn't be sitting in that chair right now. There's no way.
I think 90 to 95% of the roster does, though.
Yeah, but I don't think he gives a shit about that either.
Pay me. So Tony Khan just fell into the biggest luck.
I don't know, man. Vince has been egomaniacal.
All Levesque is all elite.
That'd be amazing. Kind of weird, but
no, it'd be a fucking phantom realm of
there's just
what alternate universe did we fall into? What Mandela effect just fucking happened now?
Triple H leads the insurgents, right? Triple H leads all the unused WWE talent against Tony.
They do the invasion angle right.
right?
Oh my god.
With FTR and Miro and Andrade and fucking bring Gargano, you love him, and where's Ciampa? Let's go.
You have Miro and you have FTR and you have so and so, and they're all standing behind Tony Khan, and they all turn. Like all the ECW talent, they all just turn and go the opposite way. I'm just, oh my god.
Oh my lord. Miz gets laid out by Seth freaking Rollins with a quick super kick.
By fuzzy blinder Seth Rollins.
And they just start singing instantly. I mean, it's crazy how over Seth Rollins
is. This man has fur on his sunglasses.
This man got so irritating, people just gave in and started cheering for the motherfucker. Like,
oh, but he's got the phone.
Oh. What's he going to do with the phone?
Is Seth Rollins going to host WrestleMania? Is that what we're going to get to?
Shut up.
We couldn't put it. What will.
Oh, no.
We're going to get a selfie. What the fuck?
There's a joke, but I can't say it.
Why is he running off like you're like parent when they figure out like I know how to use the TikTok now, Johnny? Like I'll send a snapper chat. Like what the fuck?
What is happening here?
Oh, we're getting a. I had to check my phone for half a second. Like
the crowd's cheering. Who are we phoning? Maurice?
Oh, Logan!
Stop calling me.
How's your brother doing?
How's your brother doing?
Yes! Yes! I called it. Oh, sadly, first thought is I'm just calling you because I wanted to see how your baby brother's doing.
Right.
Logan Paul, who sat there and said, I will
I thought
all of my equity in Amazon, I believe.
I thought you had seen it. I thought you already had.
No, I literally
So Seth versus Logan Mania. Now, see, I'm excited about this, which is odd.
That's very odd, seeing how you hated the match versus him and Roman. You hated every other Logan Paul.
Because I didn't think Logan Paul should have a title shot. I'm okay with him fighting Seth Rollins for not a title shot. And I think actually, listen, I think to his credit, I mean, with a couple times that we've seen him appear, he's kind of proved his value.
Yeah. You're gonna get me in trouble if I do that joke.
Dude, I wanted to do it so bad.
Sorry, I don't even know where you threw. We're gonna throw that in, but I know, but trust me, I get it. I get the joke. I didn't get where you were gonna throw it in, but now I'm gonna just be saying that in my head the whole rest of it. But that's a side conversation.
Back to regular scheduled program, folks.
Well, I was gonna say that's whenever we do a Patreon or a premium or a subscribers only or membership or whatever the fuck, that's gonna be that exclusive content when you get access to that. But no, so we're setting up Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania. We're gonna get Austin Theory versus John Cena at WrestleMania. I still say book it. We're getting Miz hosting. We're getting Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at Mania. We're getting Brock Lesnar versus Omos at Mania. We're getting Asuka versus Bianca Belair. We're getting.
So if we're getting 12 matches, we got like 7 of them.
What?
If we're getting 12 matches, we've got a good handful of them. I think, what? Did you just list off 7?
Oh, give or take, yeah. I'm on the list at least an average of probably at least one night. But then again, do we see Omos and Brock lasting longer than like a minute and a half?
It's not happening. We're not going to make it to Mania.
It just becomes him versus MVP.
I don't know. No, I still think Bobby's somehow involved in this. There's no way. Bobby's the payoff.
I guarantee Macho Man got the same or worse remarks on his wardrobe in the 80s and 90s. Just as Rollins is. Now Macho is revered. Listen, you're not getting, don't get your panties in a bunch and get all twisted with that shit.
That's a good argument.
Yeah, if you really want to get butthurt about shit, like
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, it's no one's taking shots at much. Like, we're not taking shots
Man,
at Rollins quite in that same way. It's like, really, my guy. Like,
I
there's
don't.
one thing if you're coming out there in a cape and a crown and everything versus does mother now know thou weareth her drapes? That those are two different things.
Are they though? Are they? No, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, quite a bit.
What's up with this one? Seth Rollins is the modern day. That's a good way to put it, Adrian Adonis. I mean, again, we've seen a whole slew of, I mean, you know, right in the same vein as we had Jesse the Body, right? Like he was flamboyant and over the top. And I mean, a long line of it. I mean, it's Seth Rollins went from irritating everybody to being cheered. So kudos.
He just admitted he's the Joker.
He is the Joker.
But we're getting Austin Theory calling out Cena, Boston.
And Boston.
And that's the thing is we're not fully knocking Rollins for what he does. It's just
I'm not.
You look goofy.
Oh, he looked goofy as shit. I mean, those boots were still. What are we doing? Oh, here comes Bobby.
This is a fucking new entrance of.
So, how do you feel? It looks like we're 100% most likely getting Theory versus Cena at WrestleMania.
I'm fine with that. Passing
I like it. Big advocate of that.
You can't. To me, you can't like Logan Paul and Seth Rollins and dislike Theory and Cena.
I think you can.
If you're an asshole.
Oh shit!
Tell me where's the difference? Where's the line?
Well, I mean, different style. I mean, overall, like where I think you're gonna get more out of a Logan Paul Seth on paper, but I love it. I think it's a perfect match. This whole trajectory that Theory's on. If he beats John Cena with that U.S. title on the line, it's a big moment for Theory, and that would be my prediction going into Mania, for obvious reasons. It'd be shitty if Cena didn't do it.
Oh yeah, well yeah, but I'm still saying
that's I guess
have one guy that you're very much putting over in that match, one guy who's supposed to come out of that match looking like the star, and you have somebody who could very much capably style-wise get them to that point.
Yeah, no, absolutely. China, are you going to watch it after? No, we probably won't because, I mean, after, dude, we're going to be on from 7 o'clock to whenever Tony decides the.
I was going to say,
whenever the snowball melts down, I guess. Like, I don't know. The AEW, the Sunday night AEW pay-per-view.
Whenever Scarface lets up is when the revolution will be done.
Allegedly. Seth is still irritating. I don't know. He's kind of over shit. Man down. Man down. Code Red. We lost Nick.
That's why. What the fuck? I was like, that's why you don't move hands, folks.
Nick was sick of my shit. He just.
No, I just moved my hand and just bye.
No, I can't even remember what we were saying now. Oh, no, I like Seth. Is Bray? So Bray's. We were assuming Bray's going to have something at Mania, right?
So can we talk about this? And I really want to talk about this. Bray Wyatt came back early October, so Bray's been back now 5, almost 6 months. And has amounted to fucking all, honestly, at this point, of the most that we've gotten out of this of Uncle Howden. We've got some good pops of this might be something cool, and then it's not. Nope. And then we will pop for the next moment of this might be something cool, and then it's not. Were you entertained at all? What did you make out of the last with the Firefly Funhouse showing up on Friday night? And you had Bray Wyatt, I guess, there in a hat similar to mine, playing Kevin Dunn backstage. You had Uncle Howdy with the weather report, all of this stupid shit. We've lost the plot, folks. It took us all of 5-6 months, but we've officially lost the fucking plot.
Do you think if this segment was part of like, it had kind of happened 2-3 months ago and it was leading to something? Here's like, again, we all got fixated on Howdy and how pivotal Howdy is to this story. Yet here we are and we're just hanging out with Howdy. We're not going to reveal who Howdy is. Howdy's just going to wander around. And correct me if I'm wrong.
He's going to miss elbow drops.
The last face at the end of the package was another mask, another person. Like,
I had people even saying that, we heard Alexa's voice. We heard this, that, and the third. We heard there was Alexa's hand. Now we're just grasping at so many fucking straws.
Well, here's the thing. Some people are going to say, it's long-term storytelling, but it is boring storytelling when nothing. Oh,
sorry, disagree. The story makes perfect sense and has and the last time it had a bunch of directions. Would you like to explain it to me? Because I feel like I'm fucking Carly Day over here.
It doesn't matter.
Clippings and pin cushions or thumbtacks and fucking string of where's Pepe Sylvia of who is Uncle Howdy.
The problem is, and I don't disagree with the part of this statement that says there is a bunch of directions. Yeah, but that's what we've been hanging on since fucking. So he came back in October.
Early October. I want to say October 3rd.
So
October
that
5th.
means it was around SummerSlam when all the White Rabbit shit started.
Right.
So
I wasn't even taking. And motherfuck.
Speak of the devil.
He heard me. See, he's out here looking like Kevin Dunn. What? Can you believe he said that?
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it all because now we've wandered into like
it has 80 different directions that you could go in, and that doesn't always
it becomes
good.
really
More options doesn't always equal good.
Yeah, I mean, there is such a point of like a story has to have a clear, definitive like line to it. If it's too convoluted and too complex, you lose the plot, like you said. Now, and again, people can argue, and I'm a big Bray Wyatt fan. I beat that to death. But for me, we're like, you got to give us something on the journey. We need some fucking breadcrumbs here. Like, if you want Hansel and Gretel to skip down your fucking path, you got to feed us something. You got to give us something along the way. And to me, these little clips aren't enough. They're getting really mundane. They're making me not care. I'm not totally into it. It's unfortunate because I want to be into it. But there's no clear rival. He's not targeting anybody. Now, Bobby, but why?
Nothing strongly connects from one point to the other. They're all just good on their own.
Yeah, like I love the little vignettes. I love the little packages, but where are they going? Nice.
Our awesome channel indeed. Apparently with Davy Jones Walker. Now I feel like I need to start singing sea shanties. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you
right?
WWE lost the way with Bray. Well, is it that, or did they just not put any of the guardrails or the bumpers on with Bray and just let him go? And sometimes that doesn't always work to your advantage.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and I get Matt said he disagrees with us, and I mean, not a lot of other people have chimed in on the Bray situation, but is it not just like you said, 5 months of a whole lot of nothing? Like, I want to get past first base with this story. Let's go. We've been dating for 5 months. Can we round first? Can we head towards second a little bit? Come on. Am I asking too much? I've been a gentleman. I've held doors. I cheered. Can we round first? Am I asking too much, Bray?
Well, I didn't like seeing his backstage. Now we've got Bobby talking about Bray, but I did like Bray's kind of little interview that got put out there, bits of it, snippets of how he can't do the Hawaiian shirt, the cult leader Bray anymore without Brody.
Yeah,
very much how the Fiend died that night at WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, as he should have.
But it's so interesting to
They
us
hinted a lot.
their personas, their characters, what have you. But then it's still interesting to see we just, at the end of the day, we really don't know where the fuck this is going.
No, that's it. I just want to move the needle. Like, okay, we can tell this story, but as we tell this story, he's going to have a rivalry with LA Knight, and then he's going to beat LA Knight in a good wrestling match, and then he's going to transition and have an issue with this person, and the whole time they're having these issues with certain people, this story progresses. The little vignettes progress, and we learn more about who things are. Like, I'm shocked.
Oh, do the Muscle Man dance.
So we really are getting, dude. Listen, okay.
You can't keep doing so much Fiend shit and then be like the Fiend's dead.
He's got Bobby on screen.
Is attached to the Fiend shit. I feel. Do the Muscle Man dance.
Jesus,
he's got Bobby just popping up, just like.
I'm kind of taking the video though.
What happened to revel in what you are?
What is happening? So really, like now, listen, I was so hell-bent on I had so much optimism as far as with the WWE. I had faith in where we were going, and all of a sudden, like, am I starting to see Vince McMahon booking here? Like, in some of this, like, how the fuck did we end up with Bray and Bobby?
No, what you're starting to see is when you have your kid, and I say this as not a parent and everything.
The nice disclaimer on this one.
Right, but when they go in bowling and they're like, no, I can bowl without the bumpers, and it's fucking gutter ball, and gutter ball. And speaking of gutter balls, we've got fucking Karen Chelsea Handler here.
Right.
But I think this is Bray getting left to play without the bumpers around him.
Oh, Carmella and Karen.
Jersey Shore meets Karen. TLC meets MTV. What the fuck? And he's just like, bye, thank you.
Yeah. Enough of this.
Oh, they're buddying up though.
I could see this. I could see this being a thing, dude.
Oh, why?
Oh, I could see this.
I like watching
thing.
the show with the sound on at times.
Oh yeah, that's a shush is fitting. We're getting too shush.
Oh, what the hell?
What is happening right now? So is he now with?
Well, they sat there and gave him a little card of, if you're ever interested.
Okay, can we get rid of Mansoor and Mansour?
Massey
and Mansour?
Yeah, you just said the same person twice in just two different pronunciations.
I think I did. I added the U. He's Canadian.
Right.
Shit.
But we've got Maxine Dupree.
Maxine's Mandy Rose 2.0.
What the fuck? Don't you say that?
Right, we get Mandy.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, we get Maxine and Otis. Mandy who?
You're going to try and compare Maxine to Mandy Rose?
I don't know who you're defending at this moment.
Mandy Rose.
You're defending Mandy? Maxine's banging. Come on, be nice to Maxine. She's a beautiful woman. She's not Mandy.
Cool. I percent like what? Fucking Kevin Love versus Shaquille O'Neal? Like there's one A to one not B. Like,
how's Robin? We got what? 40 minutes to go. Raw's not been bad. I've enjoyed it.
It's been good. We've had a lot of shit to talk about.
Yeah, there's been a lot to get into. I mean, this whole week, and I mean, it's Mania season. It hasn't stopped, man. It's been go, pedal down, and us crazy fuckers add on, like, let's cover the XFL where we're doing
Let's cover this. Let's do this. So we can fit
Some
this
interviews.
and this and
What
this all on the same day and everything. And then there's still, we got Meltzer with his bullshit awards of it. It's you know how like with acting and everything you have the Razzies.
Yeah.
I feel like that's almost what the Meltzer, the Wrestling Observer.
We should do our version of the Razzies. We've done the Golden KJs. We should have like the Nickies, the little Nickies or something.
Oh, what the what the hold the fuck on.
I was just volunteering.
Like 18 shots at me all at once. I'm just
no, but we should have like our version of maybe the Cliffies or the
no, that's the thing. They're called the Wrestling Observer 2022 Awards. That's what it is. Of like I said, a Booker of the Year, Tony Khan, Wrestling Show of the Year, AW Dynamite, and then number 3, by the way, of AW Rampage, Wrestler of the Year, Jon Moxley.
Okay, before we get back out to the commercial, and I know I'm going to take a quick pause in a second, but listen, and it was almost unanimous. It was one of the most unanimous things I've ever seen in the wrestling, where across the board, so many people picked Roman Reigns. And dude, if you were willing to print it in your own paper, even if your fans voted for it, like there's something completely sad and twisted that people can justify a man that hasn't sold a move against him in 24 months plus as your wrestler of the year. And I kind of like Mox, but the guy shows up, he bleeds, again, I don't have much love for him cursing and swearing at the camera and that. I'm not opposed to cursing and swearing. It's just time and place. If it fits, it makes sense. You just
absolutely
anything but Roman is bullshit. Period.
Anyways, I don't know whether you're gonna fucking disappear in the middle of me saying this, but I will say YouTube Wrestling Stream of the Year is Wrestling 4 Live Network, and we're still within a 1 year, motherfucker.
That's it. Now, see, I think Meltzer would be a little biased against. I don't know if Meltzer would give us an award, even if the fans.
Hey, Meltzer, go fuck yourself.
Shots fired.
Oh, please. My whole thing on this, and like is pause. And it would take a fucking break right as I'm out to say this, but he can answer this when I get back. As we've got Otis right now waiting on, as we've got the Maximum Male Models just posted up on the announce table, as we've got Otis versus Gargano. So give me predictions for that. But my whole thing with that upsets with Dave picking Moxley as Wrestler of the Year as his defense of why it wasn't Roman is because of how Roman didn't like how he worked a part-time schedule, how Jay and Sammy and what have you carried most of those shows. Granted, they were talking about Roman. They were there because of them being in the Roman storyline. But also the fact of how he says how, well, AEW would have slidden off and the things would have gotten way worse if Moxley wasn't there and this, that, and the third and everything. And fine, if that's the way you want to go, Dave, you can have that. But then you turn around and sit there and say it was also promotion of the year, weekly show of the year. Christ, had 2 weekly shows within the top 3 of AEW, had Booker of the Year of AEW, had so many wins on that you can't sit there and act like it was such a under, a underdog story that it was going to come up. And, if Moxley wasn't there, it wouldn't have, been where it is. And then act like it was great in every other category. You're contradicting your own argument, and that's when the ass kissing, I get more insider information from here, so I'll do a little bit more slight for them, this, that, and the third comes into play. As Otis in the turnbuckle, as Gargano trying to knock the man down, but Dale taking Otis for the win. JV says, if Adam Page is the Lex Luger of AEW, Mox is the WCW, TNA, Jeff Jarrett of AEW. That's aggressive. I don't even think I'd exactly say that. I think the AEW Jeff Jarrett is the TNA Jeff Jarrett. That's the thing is, unfortunately, if they're still in the same promotion or they're still actively wrestling. But little super kick from Gargano on Otis as he rolls out. Dave didn't pick it. His subscribers did. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, he still gets to have ultimate say. And I think it's still, even if you want to go that route, if there is anyone that pays attention, subscribes to the Wrestling Observer, that actively thinks that AW Rampage is the best weekly show, there's problems. As Loomis shows up to choke out Marseille, he's halfway trying to kidnap him as Marseille was there holding up Gargano. Get the ring, you pervert. What the hell? As we've got Discount Hollywood Hogan in the crowd there. And I do, now that I'm seeing this, I do think we could get that weird little, I'll drape over DDT, but we could get that little Mandy Rose of Maxie Dupree is taking a liking to Otis, but again, slingshot DDT from Gargano for the 1, 2, 3. So Gargano picks up the win. Otis for the win. Only his subscribers picked their Forbidden Door as the #1 pay-per-view of 2022. What do you think? There's a lot of awards with that whole situation that I disagree with.
Forbidden Door wasn't even a good AEW pay-per-view. It wasn't their best pay-per-view of the year. That's the fucking funny part. That's just voted on nostalgia and, oh, it was cool, but no, it didn't deliver on
Okada versus Ospreay, and I'm a fan, obviously, of Ospreay 100%, but they were 2 out of the top 3 for Pro Wrestling Match of the Year.
Okay. No.
You want to know? So, Captain Canada, do you want to know the top 3 US/Canada MVPs? It was Jon Moxley, Roman Reigns, and Chris Jericho.
Of course it was Chris fucking Jericho.
Chris Jericho was involved in so many of these fucking awards. It's insane.
Oh, absolutely. Because they kept plastering him on fucking TV, it meant something. Meltzer was also the same one that said that Chris Jericho, well, he's having the best career year of his career. He also said that this man was bringing validity to the Ring of Honor title. No, he wasn't. He was fucking melting it like fucking gold. He might have turned it down to a bullet and put it to our fucking heads because it was fucking atrocious to watch week in and week out of Chris Jericho main eventing and pulling the product down. And that's why the ratings have been shit. That's why the product continues to fucking dwindle. And that's why fans all around are at an all-time low. Yes, the super marks that want to fucking dig in and vote for fucking Stardom wrestlers and shit like that.
Oh no, that's just Dave. That's just Dave.
Yeah, well, Paul Heyman's on screen, by the way, in the middle of my rant.
No, you're fine. Stardom was #2 for promotion of the year, by the way.
Oh, of course.
AEW, Stardom, and then WWE.
Oh, no, not the company that broke records. Not the company that's winning weekly rating battles across the board and doing numbers that fucking Tony could only fucking dream of. And even though they're not the best of numbers, even by their standards, they're still clearing a couple mil on Fridays. They're still clearing a mil on Mondays. Like, how do you not at least give that company some credit for being the top motherfucking show going, period?
The same company, well, we had best on interviews of MJF, Jon Moxley, and CM Punk, which is the same category that included Paul Heyman, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah. We're going to ignore the biggest story of the whole year, Sami Zayn? And I don't think Sami deserves Wrestler of the Year because Roman's in the category. And if you do not vote for Roman, what are you doing? How are you
what
not?
Would be your top 3 tag teams in professional wrestling for 2022?
Say that again, sorry?
What would be your top 3 tag teams in professional wrestling in 2022?
In 2022,
Doesn't have to be in a specific order, just top 3. Because I
Usos.
can guarantee you don't agree with Meltzer.
Oh no, Usos. See, FTR is a tough show. FTR and Briscoes.
See, he has for tag team of the year, we have FTR, the Briscoes, again, both fair shows. You can't argue with that. And then number 3, the Young Bucks. How much tag team wrestling did the Young Bucks do in 2022?
Yeah, help me fucking understand this one. And what big match? Someone tell me right now. Oh, do you guys remember this Bucks match? Come on, I'll wait. What you got? No, like honestly, like, and that's where it bothers me because again, you got TK on Twitter. Oh, Ariel Hawani. Oh, Dave Meltzer. Same. If you got some glass house, don't throw stones. Shut your mouth.
Right.
Stop tweeting stupid shit. Stop looking like a child on the internet. Listen, man, from everything I've read, people say he's a wonderful guy, smart guy. More than just the fact of, daddy gave me money, but at the same fucking time, like, let's be real. And this whole, just running around and patting each other on the back and telling each other how amazing y'all are. Look at your numbers. If you guys were doing as good as you think you are, the numbers would grow. They would climb. Your audience would get bigger. It's not. Period.
Absolutely. Well, put ratings aside, the amount of global reach WWE compared to AEW is not even close.
100%.
Yeah, WWE wins in that and wins in ratings. So I don't see where that.
But, yeah.
Show me relevancy, sir. I guess when it comes to that comment, relevancy.
And listen, if you can't even, I respect him if he say, AEW is still doing a really good job, but the back half at least of 2022 was a bad time for Tony. Things didn't go well. How are you the promotion of the year when every week your fucking wrestlers are beating each other up backstage? Shoot fighting.
Right, but so again, as granted, I'll get through some of these. Bucks Bucks matches so repetitive, yes, and then Bucks ruin the tag team division. I want to get into layers of the tag team, the tag stream champions of the world.
Tag stream champions of the world.
The badass KJ White, the beard. I can't say that way. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you: like and subscribe.
Oh, well, I mean, that's an understatement. Like I said, when we talk about unbiased reporting, the Bucks have a fucking move named after Meltzer.
But still, though, how can you say Moxley is the top wrestler of the year because of what he meant to AEW? Because if it wasn't for him, that they wouldn't be where they are, that the fallout would have been worse, but then proceed to name it promotion of the year, weekly show of the year, booker of the year, so it had all these other great things going for it. But it still needed Moxley. Well, there's something doth tell me doth protest too much there.
Listen, in the other side of that coin is this, Nick. Who meant more to professional wrestling than Roman Reigns in 2022? Who drew more eyes? Who brought more attention? And the AEW fans are gonna, other than us, right?
Us.
But listen, man, I really you gotta understand, this guy's doing big shows. And listen, I was a critic of Logan Paul getting a title shot at, going overseas and getting that big match. But look at all the eyes. Look at all the buys. Look at all the clicks. Is there anybody in AEW that gets clicks the way the big WWE stuff does? Let's be real here. Let's just be honest. And I get it. The fans voted for it. It makes me sad for a large collection of people that all need helmets.
They need their subscriptions suspended. But it's sometimes, and I think it's the one thing that a lot of people have a hard time dealing with, of facing that hard truth of they think they're the ones that are telling everybody else is wrong except for me. Sometimes, right. Motherfucker, you're the one that's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Now help me with this. Booker of the year. You took Wardlow and you melted him into nothing. You had Jericho main eventing when you're sitting there complaining, we don't know what to do things. You lost your biggest draw in CM Punk. You created a trios that went nowhere and was flat. You did a 7-match series that sucked. By the way, I guess they got trios team of the year as well. Because we had to fucking invent that category, most likely. I can't confirm or deny that. But nonetheless, the Booker of the Year has taken Ricky Starks and killed his buzz. Eddie Kingston and killed his buzz. Soraya was a shit show since you signed. Booker of the what? Booker of what? This guy fumbled. This guy fumbled MJF. How?
And it's still.
How do you fumble MJF?
Snowman Bear.
Like, if MJF isn't as close to a fucking layup as you can get in wrestling talent, how do you bobble that?
Eddie Kingston was a fucking layup talent. Adam Cole was a layup talent. Brian Danielson was a layup talent. This is the motherfucker that you're sitting there and you literally just, it's like the kid that's trying out for the fucking JV team. And you keep trying and you keep you're there under the paint, just right at the foul line, and you're just dishing him. And he's going for a left.
Right.
And he bricks that one. And you're like, wait, no, I'll give it to him here. Maybe he'll get this one. All right. Maybe no. Maybe he needs to dribble into it. Then he'll fucking lay it up. Nope, fucking bricks that one too. Maybe he can alley-oop the shit. Nope, bricks that one too. All right, I'm going to get underneath the basket and I'll throw it to him. Nope, bricks that shit too. Literally, Tony Khan is the definition of a blind squirrel finds a fucking nut every now and then.
No. And again, like I said, it's easy. I give the man credit for what he's done. And anybody that's just tuning in for the first time to our channel are like, man, these guys fucking hate AEW. It's not true. AEW brought me back.
Be better.
Like, you know what? I'll almost go as far as saying AEW kind of ended me up here where we are now because it kind of got me back into a groove as a lifelong wrestling fan. Watching the fucking WWE product just suck every week was mind-numbing. You know, AEW, Tony Khan, Chris Jericho, the Young Bucks, they reinvigorated wrestling. I give them credit for that. And they've done a lot of things. They opened a lot of doors. The reason why we're seeing wrestling on Fight and we're watching GCW and House of Glory and Wrestling Revolver is a lot to do with the AEW revolution.
All right.
I will give them credit. But, you know, I get it. But come on, guys. Maybe we're overthinking some stupid fan vote.
No, it's you see the potential there and you see it wasted.
Bad.
That's the thing. That's literally, and I challenge anybody, and I'd welcome that challenge, honestly. Of if you want to give me that type of money and everything like that to run a wrestling promotion, to even book, I bet you I could at least do halfway decent. I could at least do on par with what the fuck he's doing, and I'm not sitting there a billionaire's son with a TV deal and fucking God knows how many TV time slots and wrestling promotions under my belt.
Listen, I'll be straight up, man. If I was doing the job that Tony Khan is doing, booking and organizing his shows and going out publicly and saying shit like, well, I changed the columns on my paper. I mean, if I was doing that, I would hope that there was friends around me that would look at me and say, hey, KJ, you fucking up. Can you fix this? Right? Dude, look,
I have a major announcement.
Yeah.
That major announcement will be announced by Adam Cole.
No, and that perfect. I mean, he's well on his way for his 2023 Booker of the Year, where he sells everybody on his major announcement. That's by all standards, correct me if I'm wrong, not major, and chucked it off to Adam Cole. And I mean, again, why would you not let Adam Cole come to the ring? Everybody loves Adam Cole. It wasn't
his announcement or major.
Yeah, but I mean, at least the segment would have been better if everyone got to do a baby and everyone was happy.
You want to know what's better than that? What we've got coming up right now next on Monday Night Raw. Break right now. Event. We've got Becky Lynch and Lita making her return to Monday Night Raw. Her first match since 2018 on Monday Night Raw. We could be seeing new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Does that elevate the titles? Do we get Becky and Lita versus Shayna and Ronda at WrestleMania? But it seems like that's the main event of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, no, we're getting the main event now. The titles are on the line. Lita, a blast from the past. I mean, there's weird stories about how Trish was in Ottawa, but something didn't pan out. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
just do
mean,
that.
what now? What do we name the Lita Becky tag team?
Licky? I don't know. I'm trying to think of something to come
Pause.
out of the name. And that's pause. Right, but still, well, there's also been rumors of maybe we get Trish tonight. I still find that so weird of we have Trish here all ready to go, but plans have changed. I smell bullshit on that. Of you never had Trish there, none of that, anything of people reported some story and then they had to go with it.
Becky Lynch and Lita for the win. Folks, get your predictions in on the main event. Let us know what you're taking, who you got, who do you got, who's going to take this win tonight. Yeah, let's go. I mean, let's talk about it. That's my boy. Nick going to take a quick pause as we head into the main event. But he'll be right back to take us to the end of the show tonight. We haven't been on in a minute, so my boy going to hang around. I think he'll be back on track after Revolution. I have all the hope. I do. I know. I think what you hear when we get kind of worked up on the AEW topic is frustration as a fan. And again, when they were doing good, guys, go back, look through our archive. All the weeks that we jumped on stream and we were like, AEW's killing it. Dynamite's best show. Dynamite's killing it. Dynamite's killing it. And when the table flipped. And we're going to call it both ways. So we've upset fans on both sides of the spectrum on this one, just because it is what it is. At the end of the day, I just think I think Nick said it, that kind of, we see all the potential. We see the Hobbs, the Ricky Starks, the Hooks. What the fuck happened to Hook? At the end of 2021, people were like, oh, Hook should be Wrestler of the Year. He had like 2 matches. It was ludicrous that they even thought that. But, I mean, what happened to Hook since? People went from thinking this guy could be Wrestler of the Year. What kind of 2022 is going to have? What happened to Hook in 2022? Did his career advance? Did he get any further? Did we see progression in his character or who he is? No, nothing. So that's where I question some of the decision making. But with that all being said now, back to the current show. Folks, we are heading into the main event of Raw. We get Becky Lynch. We get Lita. They're going to take on the champions. And I got this feeling that the champions are going to win. Alt control, delete, damage control, if you will. They haven't done much. They haven't impressed much, as far as I'm concerned. It was Hunter's big first surprise. Ooh, look, Bailey's back. But we're getting another WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. I want to see which one of this is. Lita and the Man. Littman. Extreme Steampunk. All right, so now I'm just getting a promo package for Hollywood. I thought we were getting one of the little clips. That was disappointing. Damage for the win with help from Bailey. It's possible. I'm just curious where this heads for Bailey. Does Bailey end up in a match with Becky again? I'm not sure where this goes. Now, if they win the tag titles, a lot of people, and I think Dale said it. Where was Dale? Rumors are Ronda could show up tonight on Raw. Very much so. We talked about Becky and Lita versus Shayna and Ronda. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that one? I don't know. Lita and the Man. I don't know. All control delete's just been a struggle for me. They've come in, and again, they just never really. I like Bailey a lot, but she's taken L after L. I think Belair made them look very ineffective. It took Belair by herself in a ladder match to fend off all 3 of them. No assistance, just laid boots to them. So it's a tough shake. Becky and Lita for the win. I think I might have got that one already. Think you'll be on track after Revolution. Listen, Dave, one thing TK has done consistently in my books is more times than not, he's given us a really good pay-per-view. Whether it be AEW or Ring of Honor, I can't take it away. We've had some really good moments all out. We've had some really good moments at Full Gear. Last year's Revolution was really good. It really was. But it's the week-to-week show. To me, that the great spot booking. You want to give them, we could have a fair debate on what was the pay-per-view of the year. I get that. That's going to be a mixed bag. But I think, yeah, he has a chance here to. He's got to right the ship. It felt like with the fall, the brawl at Fallout, and then Triple H kind of stealing a lot of headlines. It felt like Tony was kind of shook. And that's where you saw some of these Twitter outbursts. I really think if Tony just wants to be a solid, confident boss and leader, he's got to be willing to put the right people around him and be able to have people around him to say, nah, Tony, don't do that. That's a bad idea. I know what Chris Jericho said, but no, it's not a good idea. We probably shouldn't do that. He needs that. He needs that support system. But, I mean, I think he just needs to be quiet. I've said it for a long, long time. And if you guys have been watching these streams for a while, I've said multiple times, just don't worry about the WWE. The WWE is a well-oiled machine meant to produce money. Just do you. Don't care what they're up to. Don't care about their moves. Don't care about what reporters are in the crowd. Don't care. Don't pay attention. Don't acknowledge it. Just do you. Put on good shows. Becky Lynch and Lita for the win. Anything that can end. Oh, there you go. So, VHS, you're just tired of Damage Control altogether. I don't disagree. Becky and Lita should back Connection, or Becky and Lita should bring back Connection or Express as part of the tag team name. I should have read that before I clicked on it, David. That's funny. Damage Control for the win. Believe that. Okay. Lita with S.A. Rios was my favorite Lita version. That can't be your favorite Lita. That cannot be your favorite Lita. And how long did that last with Rios? Like 6 months? I thought Lit Man. I was where I'm not that far off. I was kind of thinking Lit Man. It's got a little bit. It's a little clunky. Litmans. No, that's silly. That doesn't work. Becky and Lita for the win. We can get Bayley in a rematch at Mania. Do we want to see Becky and Bayley again? And then, how do we shuffle that aside? How do we get there? The redheads. Let's just be direct with it. The Ginge Tinge. Isn't Dakota still injured? Ankle crutch? That's a negative. It's a negative on that one, Smile Mark. Dakota seems to be crutchless currently in the ring. Damage Control losing tonight. Dakota Kai. Io Sky turn on Bayley. Okay. Have Dakota and Io join Shayna and Ronda. There you go. I more see Ronda Baszler get the belt somehow before Mania and have a match against some teams than Lita, Trish, Becky versus Damage Control. Yeah, I mean, I think your title should be on the line at Mania, right? I think fair enough if you don't give a shit, but I think you should highlight your divisions. So, yeah, I'd rather see some type of tag match. I do see them potentially thinking, well, Ronda's name value. So, they're going to work Ronda into Mania somehow because whether the fans love her or hate her, kind of poetry in motion. It was kind of mometry in motion. Bayley has said she wants more Damage Control members. She might lose 2, Dale. She might need more. They can't win with this group. Put Zoe Starks with her. Lita going up top. I'm nervous. I'll join you in your prediction. Did I miss it? Okay, no. Okay, it's possible. Good damn, Becky. It's making me want to pull out. Hey now, Johnny. Unacceptable. Be nice. Be a gentleman. AEW has an exciting roster, though it's booked very inconsistently. Yeah, I mean, again, for me, I think what happens when, we've been here for every minute of it, and I think I get invested in the characters. You see, I mean, shit. Look at my buddy Nick, right? The guy's got the scarves, he's got the hat. Like, we get invested in certain people. Eddie Kingston. We all wanted Eddie Kingston to kind of get a push just on who he was, how he presented himself. I mean, we talk about Sami Zayn. Like, you get invested in the wrestlers. So when they're underutilized, like I thought Wardlow was going to tear it down. I thought, oh shit, Wardlow has, the values of this dark horse that no one saw coming that could get to the top and really do well. Where people would tune in to see a Wardlow, in that kind of trajectory where he was going, and then it just went nowhere. And then just like I got my ponytail cut, and then I got really no comeback on it. Now we're circling back to get it. Darby had the belt randomly in the middle of it all. Like, yeah, it's a Booker of the Year. That's a tough show. EO should have came in as a solo. I love EO. I really do. I think she's super talented. I don't mind putting her in a tag team just because you can't. I mean, especially with the influx from Triple H, you can't just have too many bodies, right? So you do have to kind of put people in whether it's temporary. I don't see Dakota and EO, being, a long time tag team. I really don't see them sticking together. So I get your point. Yeah, it would have been great. But when you got Charlotte and Bianca and Becky and Bayley, and you got all this high-end talent, getting her in there, like EO versus Belair would be great, but marquee value, we're going Asuka. So I don't mind where she is. I just wish Damage Control didn't suck. If Damage Control didn't suck, less of a problem. They better have Brock versus Omos open night 1. Get it over and done with. I'm still not convinced it's happening. Rocco, I know people think I'm crazy sometimes, but I think it's the inner hope in me. Like, no. But now we're getting vignettes and we're getting angle setups. I'm getting the feeling that I'm completely wrong because clearly Bobby's heading towards Bray for some reason. Why? Random booking. We're giving Tony shit. Hey, buddy.
Wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
It's so funny. Like, it's like, it's my worst nightmare. I'm not going to look. Like, I can't.
It's a car crash. You can't look away, but you have to tune in.
Yeah, and I mean, we've been kind of hard on Tony about booking, and
I haven't been hard on Tony about shit.
But this is kind of botchy spot booking in a lot of places for WrestleMania right now. Bobby's out of left fucking field. You didn't build this.
We've got to get people on the card, and it gets back into the, like when you have Elimination Chamber, when you have like the Hell in a Cell pay-per-views, the TLC pay-per-views, of you're booking people for the situation versus making matches that fit the situation.
Yeah, no, completely. And I don't know, dude. I mean, I just think that there's a lot of like, I don't know how I feel about this match. Like, okay, Seth and Logan, a little bit of a build-up. Obviously, the main event, Cody and Roman, a little bit of a build-up, but we kind of got sidetracked.
At the end of Seth versus Logan here, look in my. But so, are you taking Mom Extreme? Or are you taking
Mom Extreme? There we go. That's a good one. I like that.
But so, who you? Well, because I've seen other channels and everything, and other people say it's clearly booking of. Well, clearly Lita and Becky are going to win, and then you set it up to where Lita turns on Becky and all of this stuff. I don't think we fully get that. I think we maybe get to a multi-women tag team match at Mania, and maybe Khan's guy's there to take the pinfall, or maybe they even lose tonight, and we set up. They lose at a different point, and we get a Damage Control with Bayley versus Becky, Lita, and Trish tag team, which granted I still don't get why
I don't love it.
Past Ottawa on that.
Yeah, and what happened there? It makes me think that that's not going forward. Moonsault off the second rope onto the floor. Becky down, EO down, Bayley cheering. I feel a commercial coming.
Well, no, don't say that. We just had one.
I'm kidding.
But it's so bad, though, I feel, of what Bailey could be, what she should be, and this is what they give us.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, here we are at the end of the show, and I mean, there's some rumors what could happen, and I'll be really intrigued to see how we feel about it. But yeah, I mean, all control delete hasn't done much, and I mean, if you're looking at what they've kind of done in other places, it's kind of marquee. Like, okay, who are the biggest names that we can line up for 12 matches? Well, that would be Becky and Lita versus Shayna and Ronda. Even though I think that's going to be a horrendous match.
And then you have them versus Kai and Sky versus Tamina and Natalia, and it's who's going to take the pinfall. And David, hasn't Miro been having visa issues and stuck in Bulgaria? No, seeing how he lives in Florida. So,
yeah,
no, and also no. The ones that have had visa issues have been guys like Dragon Lee, or even who we've recently seen on NXT is Ilya, not Miro. Miro lives in fucking Florida. So he's like a hop, skip, and a jump from where they're holding Dynamite half the time. And he's just like, I'm here. Would you like to use me? Always like, no, we don't got anything.
Yeah, no. And then the rumor with that was that, and that's where Meltzer came out with the comment of like, the WWE guys really seem to have issues going under. And it was like, no, that's not the fucking.
You saw, well, there was Mark Henry sat there and put out a tweet today of how him and Punk felt like outsiders in the AW locker room. It's like, how the fuck does Mark Henry feel like an outsider anywhere?
Well, yeah, I mean, how do you not just welcome that guy into your life right away?
Sexual chocolate pause.
Right? No, but that guy's such a fucking big teddy. Come here, you big guy.
Come here, big guy. I just want to
hug you. But yeah, I mean,
the championship belt's been slid in right in front of the fucking referee.
So all 4 women are down, or no, 2 of the 4 women are down. 2 are waiting.
Becky goes for the hot tag, but Bailey pulls Lita off the apron as Dakota gets the hot tag into Io. So again, this is going to be what I figured of. Becky's carrying most of the match.
Yes, I love Io, man. I think Io's outstanding.
2 count.
Oh,
well, shit. And that's at times what makes a faction great is when everybody in it could be great as a singles competitor.
Oh, very much so.
Because Bailey, it's time to rock and roll. Why the fuck did you wait outside of Canada? It's time to rock and roll. And Trish just going right after Bailey. Why the fuck did you not do this in Canada?
Sorry, please, shush.
Well, everybody's literally just like, what's happening? Why now? As Trish and Lita are hugging. How did you have her in attendance and just be like, we can't make this work? Why?
Dakota wasn't clear.
Satisfaction.
Here comes the new belt. Then again, if you were setting up a 6-man tag, I don't know.
Did you need the tag belts included?
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't get why we're doing this, and that was terrible, Lita. Get off those ropes hard.
Yeah,
come on, Moms.
Lita's little. All right, so put one foot in front of the other, and soon I'll be her come running across the floor.
Right. Oh, big kick out. Okay, so we got a fun match. What?
Still, though, you had her in Ottawa. Maybe not Toronto, but at least in Ontario.
Yeah,
and you're like, I don't know what to do with you.
It would have been a bigger pop than we just got.
Yeah, everyone just seemed confused. They're like, what?
Even the crowd here were like, shouldn't that happen last week?
Right. Twist of fate.
Are we in Ottawa? Wow, that boot. Lita got to lay some stuff in. Let's go.
Well, her moonsault's the scariest fucking thing ever. As Trish pulls down Bailey and lands the high kick. Dakota Kai as Becky breaks it up. So this is all what we're setting up for. We're setting up for Lita's got to take 20 minutes to make sure she can land this moonsault. Oh my God.
And Io just selling forever. Come on.
Yeah, that's one of those is I hate to quote Cornette, but that's the clock's ticking.
Like, come on.
And new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, if those titles were ever relevant.
Folks, new tag champs in the women's division. Yeah, Lita, Becky, and
Mom Extreme between especially between Trish, Lita, and Becky. But yeah, no, clock's ticking with Io being down. You had Dakota get instantly put in the disarmor.
Larry on fire tonight. Tonight was a very predictable night and very straightforward. With maybe the exception of the end of this one, but we all had a feeling.
I don't know. Well, it's funny how they got their little bit of pyro and they're like, go home. All right, bye.
We're out. Everyone's cheering, leave.
Wow. They haven't caught on to the play yet. Get out of here.
Now JV feels like they just buried their talent. That's a fair debate. Interesting. So Shayna versus Ronda, loser leaves WWE.
Well, do we get a multi 6-woman tag match? Do we get a multi-women's tag match with people at ringside? Like, does Trish just stay at ringside now? Is she involved in the match? It's a lot of, on one hand, who gives a shit, and two, why would you do it that way?
No, I completely agree with you. Yeah, I'm kind of torn, but we will take everybody's rating out of 10 on Monday Night Raw. So this is the first wrestling show of the week, folks, as you can imagine. Monday. Happy Monday, by the way. We're back at it tomorrow, Tuesday. But get your ratings in. And, yeah, Nick, you will be back with I cannot say whatever you are. I can't
Cliff
do
Stradamus.
Cliff Stradamus.
Cliff. Stra. Dom. Us.
I want
there we go. Enunciation there.
It's just a tongue twister for fucking.
It's because you're expecting to add like a O and a U and a tabernacle in there, and you're like, wait, no. There's got to be some sort of Frenchy shit in there. No.
How is Damage Control supposed to compete against two Hall of Famers? I would argue that Hall of Famers are not. They've been, out of wrestling for quite a minute, and you are two of the top talent in the division. You should be able to take on the oldies.
Well, I mean, if you're in there with, Christ, what's her name there? The one that.
Are you thinking Mae Young?
No. Just got introduced a year or two ago. Had her father that was there with Dawn Marie.
Tori
Wilson. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, if Tori Wilson can be a Hall of Famer, I think those standards might be a little low.
Yeah, I mean, the loose term.
Loose. Oh, I could have made a joke.
But
I'm not gonna.
I'm telling you right now, my rating for Raw is going to be a little inflated because we got Trish Stratus. I'm telling you guys right now.
That's right, but does it not lose points because
I don't care
in Canada?
Ooh,
8 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 9 out of 10,
9
out of 10,
Ooh, Lauren.
7 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Cliff Stradamus, I'll take my royalty percentage. Small mark. I think you might have been the one that actually kind of halfway come up with that. So yeah, me of playing Ed McMahon and Cliff over here playing Johnny Carson when it comes to NXT tomorrow night.
Right.
But Larry Armis, what? That sounds
Larry Armis. Larry gets the pop of the night.
KJ Monday Night Raw was beautiful.
It was beautiful, man. That's
beautiful. Love me some Stratusfaction. I've always loved Trish Stratus.
Yeah, she's a gem.
Who's taking more L's, Corbin, Bailey, Theory, or Johnny Gargano? By the way, Theory before.
When I was on break, the funniest thing I saw all night in 3 hours of coverage was Johnny Gargano sitting on Otis for the pin. That looked fucking ridiculous. Visualize, folks. If you can't remember what happened, I mean, just picture a turtle on its back and then like a small creature just sitting on his belly, hoping not to fall off.
A bullfrog just sits down and be like, "So, have you thought about your choices?"
But Johnny just like holding onto his leg. It looked like they were the same. Like
it looks like when you're a dad and like your kid's trying to like, "Oh, you beat me,
right?
you're holding me down."
They're using their whole body to yank your leg. You're like, all right.
3.14. Well, yeah, 3.14 out of 10, pi out of 10. Now that
Did
depends.
you say pie?
Are you talking about The Rock's poontang pie? Pie?
Anyway, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Larry. A sea otter sitting on a rock. Yeah,
no,
I like it.
It's the other way around. That an otter takes like an urchin and uses the rock to break it open.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Here we are. You didn't think you'd get, Discovery Channel, Planet Earth when it comes to the Wrasslin 4 Live Network, but now we're gotten there.
Yeah, I mean, who knew? I'm looking forward to NXT. Miko Sentomura versus Zoe Starks. It should be a good match. I got Zoe for the win on that one, but yes.
Isn't that a roadblock? I thought that was a roadblock.
I don't know. I don't watch NXT.
That's fine. Most people don't, but you should, folks.
It's all right. I watch Impact. Nobody watches.
Well, at this point, which is worse?
Listen, I thought that move spot was funny. The VR spot was funny.
Oh,
listen, I can go with it. Certain things. It all depends on how we get there.
It's different watching it as a clip than it is when you're watching that match live.
Mid-match, you're probably like, what?
And it's mid-match, and then he's all of a sudden of like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now?
I want to see Otis and Bronson. Yeah, I mean, they should be a tag team.
Otis and Bronson Reed, just big beefy boys slapping meat.
Right.
I think they did something halfway like that. They were a team called Heavy Machinery with this guy named Tucker.
Yeah. Tucker was too tall. Now we got.
No, he fucking wasn't. He was literally actually friends with Otis too. And the man was about the same size.
Remember, he was heel for a second.
Yeah, for the second after that he was there after they split. They're like, do you have anything you want to say on your way out? I don't know. All right, thank you. That's been enough.
Right. Stream 9.3 out of 10. I don't know.
What can we do to get the 0.7?
Hey, Nick volunteered by tribute, so Raw.
Wait, you're saying you need to get rid of me to get the 0.7? Is that what the fuck you say?
No, whatever he wants for the 0.7 you're willing to do is what I was.
Oh, well, hold on.
Little bit of change.
Do something strange.
Planet Earth style. Nick, I love it.
Wait, what the fuck did you just say?
Love you, Larry. MLW is better. Yeah, it can be at times. I'm not disagreeing.
I just read the comments. Sorry.
What? I didn't get
the Planet Earth WWE style.
Oh, did you just get it?
No, it just clicked.
4 out of 10 because Becky Lynch and Lita winning the women's tag titles. Wow, Kristen. Oh, Chris must be upset.
Yeah, poor Bailey.
NXT or Impact? All Access? Get out of here, Rocco.
Oh, no.
Get out of here, Rocco.
No.
That's what we could do. We could do the Natural Disasters 2.0.
What?
That was my favorite one ever. Mini Quake and Mini Time. You sounded like Peter Griffin. At least
no one grinds my gears when KJ starts talking about some shit. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Another stream 9 out of 10. Too hard on Bray. I accept that. For all the shit we said about everyone else,
I mean,
window of Bray.
I'm sure I'll get a couple messages. Did you say that? But yeah, no, someone needs to be hard on Bray. Pause on that. This man's been around for almost 5 months now and hasn't done shit.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, Nick, I enjoyed Raw overall. I think I was kind of hanging around a 6.5. I'll push it to a 7 for Trish. But I mean, the overall match wasn't great. You saw those moments like coming like Lita like almost like slow walking into the ropes and stuff. It was like she was teaching her, and then you turn. Like, yeah,
this is the part where you moonsault me right now.
But yeah, I mean, we moved a couple storylines along. I'm still questioning the booking. I'm still not sure. I mean, there had to be better matchups out possible for some of these situations we're in. I still don't want to believe that Omos is going to have a WrestleMania match against Brock Lesnar. I hope he goes over and make people's heads explode.
Does he? Well, would you prefer him in the armbar, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
Brock Lesnar should take it, yeah, just because.
No, I'm saying Omos.
Yeah, well, he could probably win it. It's fitting.
He just gets to sit there and do the little like Braun Pro pose of he just stands there, arms folded beside it. What'd you give it? 6.5.
I give it 7. I give it 7.
Oh Jesus!
A little high, but Trish Stratus.
A little high, a lot of high. I feel like this is a redundant theme when it comes to my ratings, but I'm gonna give it a 5. I'll give it a mid.
Mid. Okay.
It, like you said, it wasn't awful. It wasn't super bad. It didn't progress anything as much as it could have. It didn't detract from anything, I guess, as much as it could have. It kind of was a placeholder. And again, I still get thrown off as much as you praise the fact that they had Trish there. Of you literally
wasn't
had her
much
last week in Canada, and you didn't do that. And if you would have had her come out in Canada, you're not getting the weird shaky cam, Kevin Dunn cut to the entrance ramp as she's running down. You're getting the huge pop that you hear, as you start to hear the music, and then you get the cut, versus you get this weird cut, and everyone's kind of like, "Huh?"
Right.
That was everyone's reaction. Of just really,
and you're not wrong. Like I said, rose-colored glasses when it comes to Trish, but
Canadian maple leaf covered glasses.
Very much so. Hey, but look, there was some good Uso stuff in the beginning. It was like, I mean, I'll give it some credit. Like I said, a bit generous on a Monday. I had a fun show. I think just the stream, the vibe, got me.
Yeah, you're that's the times if you have to take out the us effect of how we're getting 9.5s and I guess 9.7s or 9.3s or whatever the fucks.
Well, we'll see what the rating for tomorrow. Did you give a rating? Oh, 5. Yeah, mid. Yeah, sorry, I almost forgot. But yeah, we will see what the rating is for tomorrow. Folks, we will be back for NXT. Cliff and Nick will take you through that bad boy. Do keep in mind, before we go live at 7 p.m. tomorrow, we release the Grim Reefer interview. An exclusive to our channel. Grim was awesome. The dude watches our channel, reached out to us and said hi. And we tried to have a chat with the dude, but as you can imagine, things get a little dicey.
A little smoke section.
It gets a little cloudy and tricky. They pull some shit off.
You might need to open the windows and everything after you watch that.
I'm going to be straight up.
NXT and everything.
By the end of the interview, there's a couple parts where I'm just like, but like,
you get that contact. You just get around him and you get that contact.
You got to get in where you fit in. And that's, no, it was a great interview with Reef, but we're here all week long, folks. We do it at just a completely different level. As always, I am KJ White. That is Big Nick. This was Monday Night Raw. The week is just getting started, folks. How do you feel?
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about the wrestling, you better put that full life with it.
That's it, folks. See you on the flip side. Have a good night.